Hi. Oh wow, that was that was very quick from
Hello.
button press to live
live.
video. Hi. Hi. Welcome to bonus content.
Nailed it.
I know. I think I've really gotten it down on how to introduce bonus content. I'm Alex, as always. Scott, Tony, and Nabishin are here, and our special guest Blessing is here as well. Oh God,
Hey, yo, what's up?
Hey, Blessing. This is my excited face.
Like, hey.
We didn't know if you were, or I didn't know if you were gonna make it because you just moved today.
Oh man, I'm glad I'm here because really I'm super tired, super sore. But to be on this podcast, I'll go through anything and everything, and so I'm here. I might not be here in about an hour though because the sun is going down, and so I might just blend in with the background. Just FYI.
This is what you got to do because
people start to.
So like this is me with my computer brightness as how I normally have it set. It's me in a shadow form. So you just gotta crank up the computer brightness and go for it and go wild.
Dude, I'm literally sitting in front of a window right now, just praying that like the sun gives me mercy and just stays up for the next 2 hours or however long.
Dude,
It's gonna be about 6.
You podcasted with me before. It was
Yeah,
it was
I know
an
it's gonna
ordeal.
last till tomorrow morning.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be 2017 by the time this episode is done.
Yeah, the NX will be out.
The NX will be out, or at least announced. So it's official. Tony's won our NX side bet. Also, it's worth noting. It is like he's gonna be the closest, no matter what.
True. You're right.
So that means we're gonna have to play New Super Mario Bros. At Extra Life. So that's gonna be fun. We got this weird betting fetish that we got going on in this show, Blessing. Just so you know.
I was gonna ask, like, what's the bet? What happened?
So we took a bet about mid-September as to when we thought the NX was going to be announced.
Oh, yeah.
The stakes were the losing people would have to play New Super Mario Bros., of which Nabishin thinks is a bad series. I would say the vast majority of this podcast think is a bad series.
Really, a bad's not like excellent, but bad.
Like excluding the first one, let's say. Or would you?
Yes.
The first one on DS and the Wii one, I would say.
The Wii one was great.
Yeah,
okay.
excluding those two, kind of a meh series. Like,
So we got Wii U one, the New Super Mario Bros. 2.
That one's
Is it-
garbage. I had that one.
I guess those, you know,
and
who
then there's
loves
the
that
one
game?
with
That's like
Luigi.
2/3 of the series. Oh, the Luigi one.
Yeah, there's also the Luigi one.
New Super Luigi Bros. That's right. We should play that one. That should be the one that we play.
I want to try that. I haven't tried that one yet. I've
That
tried
one-
most of the other ones.
That one's apparently really hard because like the time limits on all the levels are really low.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. I can't stand that. That's the
Fantastic.
only thing.
Fantastic.
The time limits in Mario drive me crazy.
It's got to be multiplayer, right? We have to play it together.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
It
it's
could-
got to be the worst experience we can have. So Scott, Nabish and I are going to be doing that during Extra Life at some point. Here are our guesses for reference. Blessing. Scott bet October 1st. I said September 28th. Way off.
Nailed it.
Nabishin said October 7th, and Tony said October 14th.
Oh my god.
So by default, Tony wins.
Yes.
Because
You
it's
guys play
still
by-
yet to be announced yet.
Yeah, so we're in a rough spot.
Nice.
I'm willing to ask Tony though. Like, do you still think it's coming out in October?
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel like they're not going to announce it this year.
I don't know why we thought it was going to.
They could do November.
I'm
It's supposed to
talking
come out
about
in
like
March,
so
right?
early.
It's estimated to come out in March. Yeah, that's what they've kind of said. They said it would come out before
December, I think.
before the end of the fiscal year.
How about this?
Mhm.
A side bet on top of the side bet.
Oh
I-
shit!
Oh,
I still think they'll still get announced in October.
Okay.
Tony just said no. If
All
I'm
or
right,
nothing?
he has to play with us, so he'll be the four person.
Shit. So what is this, like a
game.
double or nothing?
Yeah, double or
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay,
And
so if
like,
I'm
oh.
still right,
Yeah, tell me what up.
then all three of you
Oh
are
god.
taking me
Oh,
out to
I want-
Korean barbecue.
Taking you to Korean barbecue?
Yeah, that's right.
I can live with that.
Ah, I don't like to leave my house. You don't understand how difficult this is for me. Ah, fine.
I'm down for that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, we'll have Nobishin here for a weekend. So, all right. I'm writing this down. Side
Dude,
bet.
I'm actually excited for that.
I think we'll probably go regardless of if the double or nothing wins or not. Except then I'll just not. I will have to pay or not pay because
Exactly.
Scott's excited.
Yeah. And next announced in October. Tony plays Mario with us, and then not announced in December or in October. Then we take Tony to Korean barbecue.
Hey,
So how's your new place treating you, Blessing?
Man, it is weird living here because it's not my old place, and so I can move to literally like the nicest place and I'll still feel weird. So far it's all right though. Like there's some things wrong with it, like the heater doesn't work and the hot water doesn't work. And the floor isn't
rough.
carpet.
Okay.
It sounds like I'm living in the woods right now. It sounds like I'm freaking what's his name? The dude who went and lived in the woods for a while and wrote a book about it.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. I know. Who
I
you're
feel like
talking
that guy
about.
right now.
Yeah. Didn't he like
Dope
write for The Verge
quote.
at some point? No, that's the guy.
The guy
who
who's
used the
like
internet.
imitation is suicide.
Yeah.
Henry David Thoreau.
There you go. Damn, deep pull.
That's what I'm talking about.
It sounds
to college.
rough. You did go to college. I'm currently in college, so does that make you more educated than me?
Yes.
What are you going for?
Journalism.
You getting your bachelor's?
Yeah, I got 2 years left.
I studied communication, which is
I have an
basically, like,
associate
studying
that's in
nothing.
communications. So
Oh well, there you go.
does that make?
I could have got my associates in communications.
Are we equal? Is that what that means?
Cool. I'm created equal, but then throughout time, people then come better than other people.
Would you say that in a competition you are better than Alex Van Aken? And I'm throwing up this image right now because
man.
this is very important. It cuts it off, but you get the idea. Alex versus Bless.
all you need are the chins.
Yeah, exactly. You can see the beard. You know who we're talking about.
hmm
Alex Van Aken's been on this podcast before, so people know him. Are you ready, Blessing?
Dude, I think I am. Here's the thing: is we have a doc where we document everything. We document all the games we're gonna play. We document the guests we're gonna have, all that stuff, and we have a list of 13 games that we plan to play.
Mm-hmm. One for every 2 hours.
And I've changed my games. Yeah, but just about, yeah. And like we'll probably do most of them during the day because like during the midnight hours, no one's gonna watch it, so we'll probably just use that time. But like from the hours of or I'm not even sure what the hours are, but he had IDAR on there for IDAR. Game is super fun. Really hyped for that one, but then he took it off and switched it with Risk on the PS4.
Okay, I'm listening.
Dude, and so yeah. So far, right now, I'm hyped for it. I don't know if I'm ready because I gotta go learn how to play Risk.
Yeah.
But some of the other games on there though, I think I'm pretty set for. We're doing an Overwatch thing.
Yeah.
at the end of it.
Is Overwatch gonna be like your game? Is that the one that you're gonna tear up?
Overwatch is like so we each have 6 games, right? And Overwatch is like the neutral game. That's like the ending. That's like the Civil War part of it.
Got it.
And essentially, like we're both through. And I have like 2 remaining
Cutting in.
people that I need to get on my team.
You're cutting in and out a little bit, Bless. I'm just gonna give you a little heads up.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna turn off my PS4 all the way off because it's in rest mode right now. Maybe if I turn it all the way off,
It's just downloading
It'll be
all
good.
of your bandwidth. Go for it.
okay. It's because I'm in this new apartment too. This internet's kind of whack.
Yeah, you get growing pains, man. Are we gonna have any crazy competitions during our extra life? I'm trying to think. Like Tony versus Danny, right? It's vying for the affection of Alex O'Neill.
What?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
That's just Alex's fantasies.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm allowed to have fantasies. I'm an adult.
I'm pretty sure Danny just got to your head like he wanted to.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you failed.
for sure. He got in my head. Apparently, in the chat, Ivan Lekovich is saying that NX is having another rumor. NX is going to be revealed on Monday. So, but we're already committed. I'm going to lock that shit in.
That's the lock-in.
Yeah,
right
I don't. I can't play the sound effect because I don't have it ready. But I had to pull it down. I pulled that imaginary lever down real hard. I don't know. I feel like we there should be some level of competitive something during Extra Life. I'm sure we'll like. There are multiple people bringing many ideas.
I like between players, right? Like between the people that are already there,
Yeah.
not just okay. I thought for some reason I thought you were talking about between other Extra Life streams.
No. I meant like between us.
We've got it.
We should do a Nidhogg tournament.
Oh no, we have something so much better.
What?
Hot Pepper Towerfall.
Oh yeah, I mean Hot Pepper Towerfall has gotta happen.
It seems like you keep forgetting it to happen. Forgetting about it.
No, I like it's literally the thing I'm most excited about. We're gonna go to Wegmans and get like the fucking hottest habaneros we can find. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay, how about we just grab regular habaneros? We just don't worry about it. I have some.
No, you're gonna have like some
backwater hot sauce, and we're gonna roll it around in it.
Oh no!
Some backwater hot sauce. We don't even. I know what it is.
I know how hot it is.
It's yeah. I think you know how hot it is too. I never actually said its name, so don't go looking it up. You won't find the right one.
I won't find the right one. Maybe I'll find the wrong one that'll be hotter than the one that you have is, and then I'll get more scared. So right now, Blessing, one of the events we have planned for our Extra Life stream is Hot Pepper Towerfall.
Oh my god!
Where you have to eat a hot pepper and then play Towerfall, and if you win,
winner
you get
gets
milk.
a glass of milk.
And if you lose, you got to keep playing until you win.
What hot pepper is it? Is it like habanero? Or...
Yeah, we're not going to go higher than habanero.
Just go pepper spray. Pepper spray in the mouth.
No, dude, fuck that, man.
At least peppers taste some kind of good.
Yeah, I mean
that stuff just burns and it's bitter. It's like no.
I heard some frightening things about pepper spray on some podcasts. It might have been Giant Bombcast or something like that. But I heard
Giant Bombcast.
I heard some frightening things about pepper spray that made me never want to get pepper sprayed in my life.
Fuck no, man. Like, who would ever want to get pepper sprayed?
Dan Reichert.
True enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about it. When I was a kid, I was like, you know what? Pepper spray probably tastes fire. But it's a lot more literal than I thought.
Yeah, it's very literal.
Yeah, it literally it tastes like fire.
So Team Bless, what's the other team? Is it Team Van Aken or Team Alex?
Oh no, he's horrible at branding, and so he doesn't even have a team. Like the thing is, everybody's just on Team Bless, and so that's just how it is at this point. It's like Team Bless, and like if you're on Team whatever it is, you don't really. It's almost like you're voting for Trump. Like you may be supporting Alex Van Aken, but you don't come out and say it because you don't want people to judge you. You know.
I knew this was going to be a good one, but I didn't expect you to bring the hype as much as you are. So I mean, I feel like there. It is that fucking.
The poster got me fired up. I was like, dude, now I'm hyped for this. I feel like I'm about to go Super Saiyan, which I probably in that poster I'm like 5 seconds away from it.
Fuck yeah. Let me see if he's Team Van Aken, # Team Van Aken, and he also has # Aken for some Van Aken, which is that's pretty good. I like that. I mean, dude, we're neutral.
I have a video.
Yeah,
I have a video coming out tomorrow. That it's like another diss video essentially. It's gonna be on my Twitter, but man, I'm in that video. And so watch that. I didn't even know you had hashtags. I have a new hashtag though. It's # pray for Van Aken because that's what he's gonna need. That's what he's gonna need after I know.
I fucking love this, man. We're the weekend before we're gonna be like your Extra Life hype weekend. I'm gonna make that like a low goal. Is to just like part of our Extra Life will be hyping up next weekend for your guys' Extra Life. So you guys, are you going to be in the same room together, or are you going to be
Yeah,
separate?
I'm flying down to Boulder, Colorado,
Fuck
to
yeah,
his
you
hometown.
are.
Yeah, to destroy him, and so it'll be fun.
That's you're like the out of towner too. It's
home field
Yeah.
advantage.
he's got home field advantage, and you're not even scared.
Oh, dude, not at all. Not at all. Like I'm gonna find my list of games so I can let you know. I had Tony Hawk Underground 2 on there at a certain point.
Fuck yeah, Thug 2 is where it's at, man.
Thug 2 is my jam. But it turns out we couldn't do many PS2 games because we don't have like the streaming capabilities. But I think I replaced that with like Soul Calibur 2 HD or something. I like all the games I have listed are games that I know I can hold him in, and even games on his list that he has listed are games that I know I can probably beat him in, except for Risk. But like for the most part, I got it in the bag. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I'm hype. I'm also hype. Hashtag Team Bless or hashtag Team Van Aken. Listeners out there, use the appropriate hashtags. Get
Feels
in.
like a UFC fight.
It does. This is it. Hopefully, it'll be equally as disappointing. Every time, like I hear people are excited about a UFC fight, it like ends in 14 minutes.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say this. Thankfully, it's fixed that we have to go 24 hours. Otherwise, I'll just like,
Yeah,
I'll be all Ronda Rousey on him, except for her last fight.
yeah.
Knock
Do-
somebody out in 12 seconds.
Have you done Extra Life before?
I've only done it once, and I did it by myself.
Mm.
And for the most part, I went all right. I had like 5 viewers the whole time, but they were pretty cool. And so I kind of hung out with 5 people for 24 hours. And I didn't fall asleep until maybe the last 3 hours, where I was playing Metal Gear Solid 5 in a haze,
Yeah.
just doing mission 7 over and over again. I don't want to spoil it, but like basically,
you were so
there's a certain
close.
mission. Yeah, there's a mission you can do over and over again that'll help you out
Yeah.
at a certain point in the game. But yeah, that's basically what I did for 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I've blacked out playing Dark Souls, and Scott's fallen asleep playing Mass Effect 2. We've all been there. It's like those last 3 hours. They're hard. Or did you just drop your microphone?
Me?
I did just drop my microphone.
Let's check in with everybody here. Tony, how you doing? We went to Game Grumps Live, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
Also,
That was good.
That was immediately after the podcast last week. So, yeah, that was hype, man. If we want to talk
Yeah.
about hype, holy shit.
Alex and I got in the car and we drove all the way to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then we walked into the venue and we saw the Game Grumps. And then we left the venue and then Alex was like, let's go home.
It was like 10:45 at night. I was tired. I wanted to go home
Yeah.
and write and then go to bed.
Yep. So we went home and then that was it. And it was fantastic.
Oh yeah, dude. It was like, man, Philly, that crowd, they brought the hype. Like,
Yeah, dude.
it's funny because so like when we were there, somebody asked like, hey, I know you guys are doing guest grumps, but have you ever like thought about doing fan grumps? And Aaron was like, where have you been for the last 2 hours? Because basically they played Mario Party 10 and like one half of the room was player 3 and the other half of the room was player 4. And every time there was a mini game, Vernon would run out into the crowd and pull one person from either the balcony or the like the ground floor for one team, and then another person from the other team, and the crowd would just go crazy for whoever their team member that got pulled was. So Tony and I were on Team Toad, and then the other half of the room was on Team Donkey Kong. Suffice
And
to
we
say,
won.
Team Toad won. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, we did. Yeah, dude, it was like so hype. I have never been like. It's what I imagine a sporting event is like, except we actually got to go up and interact with the people. I didn't get to go up. Tony didn't get to go up, but it was still like a ton of fun. And they did a little bit of a Q&A afterwards. So
Gave you guys a kiss there.
no guys kiss as far as we saw, but it's a distinct possibility.
Certainly could have happened.
Yeah, Aaron and Dan could have been kissing backstage. We don't know. I can't confirm or deny.
In fact, I'd say that's like
It's probably likely, yeah. We met a nice guy named Tom in the line. Shout out to Tom. I don't remember I don't think he told me his last name. I feel like he just referred to himself as Tom. But he was cool. And then Tony got
Did
me.
you have a friend named Jerry?
He did not have a friend named Jerry or a mouse or a cat.
That
but
sucks.
it's a good, it's a deep cut right there, but it's good. He
I mean, it
Tony,
wasn't that deep of a cut.
you're right. Tony did get me on that PewDiePie tuber game on the App
Oh
Store,
my god!
which is actually pretty great. For
Are you still playing it?
I'm checking in every now and again. I'm not playing it that much.
Yeah, I'll open it up once a day, buy a new thing, start a new video, then get off.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like the reasons why it's kind of great are not the reason, like not the actual mechanics of it. It's that it's like incredibly self-aware.
Yes.
It's a game with a ton of PewDiePie in it. So, you're a tuber, which is just a great term.
Yeah.
And there are moments where like, so it's like fully voiced by PewDiePie also, which is super weird. But there are moments where PewDiePie is like, yeah, and then you can upload your video to tuber.com. And it's like, all right, okay. And like, so it randomly generates all the names of videos, and they're all fucking ridiculous. Like, there's just straight up fucked up shit that is in some of the the video names that it'll generate. I'm gonna see if I can pull up some of mine. But when we were just playing it in the line because I don't know, Tony brought it up. Why did you bring it up at any point? I don't remember.
We were talking to a guy that we met in the line, and for some reason we were talking about whatever was on the top charts of the iOS App Store.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there and I found the PewDiePie Tuber Simulator. So I was like, oh, obviously this PewDiePie game is probably the greatest thing ever.
Aaron is obsessed with it. Aaron Hansen
downloaded it, and I named my channel Irrational Passions, much to Alex's dismay.
Yeah, it turns out that there can only be one name of each channel.
Oh,
so
really?
When I started the game, I couldn't name my channel Irrational Passions.
So what did you name it?
IP Podcast. Well, a deeper cut. So my top video on Tuber Simulator is Go Outside Walk Through Part 2. Which is pretty good.
Let me check out. Hold on.
And my number 2 video is Sexism Causes Gaming, which is also fucking deep cuts, man. Holy shit. And my number 3rd most popular video is Butt Hair Violin Strings. And no, I'm not making that up. That is a real fucking thing that it randomly generated. So
So my number 1 story was I Stepped on My Butt, True Stories, Part 3.
Part 3.
Number 2 is Bleach Cures Blindness. Then I have Female Elf Armor Tutorial. How to Fart Tutorial. And Best Nachos Competition.
It would have been better if it was a compilation.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, so it's all right. It's all right because like the free to play stuff in it is like not that gross. Things like take a little while, but it's surprisingly funny, especially if you've ever like done YouTube, if I may. But yeah, Game Grumps Live, awesome, 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Tony and I talked about maybe going again sometime if we ever get the chance. So
yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
That will be my 3rd.
GG #GG Live. Scott, anything interesting happen in your week?
No. This week was a heavy work week, and it kind of came by surprise. I was like, wow, I didn't expect anything to happen this week. I expect, do other things, and then no, it was go to work, come home, sleep, back to work.
Play little video games. Try not to cry. I got you. I feel you. That was my whole week too. Like after Game Grumps Live, so I feel you.
But you still had Game Grumps Live.
That's true. That was my shining beacon of fun.
Yeah.
Are you a Game Grumps fan? Are you familiar with them at all, Blessing?
I've seen a couple of their videos. I like what I've seen of them. I just haven't dived deep into their stuff. I saw their was it Link to the Past versus Ocarina of Time video? Is that them?
Aaron did a sequelitis on that. So Aaron
Sequelitis.
is one of the Game Grumps. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Um,
So I saw
that
that.
was-
I've seen a couple other things.
Yeah. And Dan is the lead singer of Ninja Sex Party. So
Oh, for real? For
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
two incredible internet powers coming together to play video games and make butt fart jokes. So it's pretty good.
As well as
That's the
after
dream.
that, they went ahead and they made Starbomb.
Yeah, like on top of that, they didn't have to, but they did, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
What about you, Nabishin? How's your week? Nothing. Straight chilling. Are you excited for Extra Life, Nabishin?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Bear's not gonna be there now, so okay.
I know, dude. I was legit a little depressed when I found that out, but you know, there's still gonna be plenty of beautiful people there.
Yeah, it'll still be Danny and Jared, so that'll be good. What about Barrett? Did he ever commit?
Jacob.
No, Jacob. I don't know why I said Jacob. Probably.
Jacob can't make it because of work.
Oh, okay.
But I believe Brant Range will be there.
Okay.
So you know, you win some, you lose some. Brant will be here next weekend.
I should come
But
over and
so-
say hi.
You should. None of you have met Brant. You've had the opportunity to.
We had the opportunity. I just should come over and say hi.
He's a good guy. He's very tall.
I'm used to that.
Yeah, dude. Jared and
I'm the short one around here.
Yeah, kind of. You're not that much shorter than I am, though. So, to be fair, Evan got tall. That was weird. That was the weird one. Is when Evan, like, from the beginning of this to now, got like 4 inches taller, and it sucked. Also, today's IGN 20 hashtag IGN 20. I'm wearing my Daily Fix shirt to celebrate that. Signed by Naomi Kyle. Yeah.
Did you win
If I
that?
can-
Man, must be nice to have Naomi Kyle touch something that you're now touching.
Well, I mean, when I got it, it was already signed. So
I mean, that doesn't change anything. She still touched it at a certain point.
it's true. I've met Naomi Kyle. She's very nice.
Man,
I took a picture with her in 2012. That was a long time ago.
dude,
God.
when I was in high school, man, has it really been that long? I don't know. I used to love Naomi Kyle. Not that I don't love her now, but it was Naomi Kyle was up there with like Olivia Munn and like the girls and like those like girls that seem to be too good looking to play video games, but like they talk about them and you're like, oh man, they really do play video games. That's crazy. You know that.
Did you ever listen to IGN Girl Fight?
You're well. To who?
To IGN Girl Fight?
No. What is that? Actually, that sounds familiar. Is that like an old podcast they had?
Yeah, the short-lived all-female cast podcast from IGN.
No, I never listened to it. I think I meant to a while ago.
Yeah, it went for about 2 years. It was good. That was when Nicole Tanner was still over there as one of the editors there. That was a cool show. That was back when like Jessica Chobot was still with IGN, so it was a while ago.
Was Steimer on that show?
Yes.
Or am I thinking of a different show? Okay.
Oh, she was on there. I'm trying to think. Nicole, Chobot, Steimer. I'm not sure. There are a couple other people from like the guides and one other team. I think it's the engineering team there. So it was good. It was also a lot of fun. And Greg Miller was their first male guest, which was very funny.
Oh, dude, I need to watch that then.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm trying to think anything else. I think we're ready to roll onto the show proper. If you guys are ready,
Sweet.
since we did have a lot of hashtag Team Bless hype over here.
Nice. If we're about to roll into the next one, tell me, am I still like choppy at all?
You're better now, yeah.
No, you're better.
Okay.
You're fine.
I literally
Yeah.
had to plug everything out my wall. Like my PS4 was on rest mode. And I pulled out the cables from the back of it, and then it was still on for some reason. so
It was
I
still
was like,
alive.
okay, that's weird. And so I unplugged the cables from my Xbox and stuff, and that was still on for some reason. And so I just like went to the wall and just like yanked everything out.
You like
Um,
lean down to the PS4 and it's like, why do you do this to me, Blessing? And you're like, what the fuck?
I've had nightmares like that. When I was a kid, I used to have N64 nightmares. We can talk about that though. Like, man, yeah,
Oh, dog.
that's a fear of mine.
The
That
Donkey
my
Kong
game
64
consoles
was
become
about to
sentient.
creep up on you.
Dude, dude, if Donkey Kong 64 busts into my door right now, I'd be so happy. I just start thanking him for everything he's done for me.
You and Barrett
It's a great
Courtney love that game.
Oh, it's such a
I
good
like-
game.
I like that game a whole lot. I just like, it's got issues that make it not hold up as well. I mean, we just
I
gotta
literally have
address
that cartridge somewhere.
I do too.
I
It's
had
in
it
my,
by me a second ago. I don't know where it went.
I've got a little cubby with that cartridge in it. I don't think I can ever say the word cubby again. It makes me feel too young. All right, let's do this. Everybody ready to start recording? If you want to go grab a drink or anything, now's the time to do it. Also, BT dubs.
Did you test record?
I did.
I did too.
Did Scott and Tony do a test recording? I'm looking
Let me
at
do
you
a test
guys.
recording.
Open Audacity.
I heard you do yours earlier, Blessing. I feel like you're covered.
Yeah, I did it, but I was kind of quiet. Yeah, it seems good now. Everything seems all right.
Kidding. See?
I did
You know what's
a
up.
podcast with Raj Former, and like we both were supposed to record our own audio, but then I got to the end of it and I replayed my own audio, and I apparently recorded him also, which was weird.
Mm.
I don't even know how to do that, which was the weirdest thing. And so
Are you recording us?
All right.
I am not.
Are you sure?
Audio track, are you going to behave?
Yeah, no, I'm not
No?
recording, you guys. I'm looking at it right now.
Good.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, Scott. It's always a challenge. It's
All right.
true.
Well, the sun is escaping me, and I'm gonna be all the way black. So, would you mind if I just did like my photo?
Yeah, no, go for it.
For sure.
I need to figure out how to do it first.
Are you not?
Sounds good.
Are you not all the way black right now? Like,
I mean, I'm all the way black right now, but like everything around me will become all the way black, which will just leave a black screen at a certain point
fair enough.
until I smile, and then all of a sudden,
All of a sudden, those pearly
all of a
whites.
sudden.
Ooh, they're doing a Mario Maker challenge at IGN Live or IGN 20. You're on the list for Trove Talk, buddy. You're hitting the big leagues now.
Oh man, I am. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm still on episode 12 of my podcast.
Yeah, which one? Which episode was I on? 9?
I think so. You're on the one after the Persona spoiler cast, and so maybe
I think it's 9.
8, 9, one of those ones.
Yeah, we'll find out someday.
Yeah,
Hashtag OK Beast.
dude, I have no idea what I'm outputting right now. You guys can hear me, but you can't see me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep your? Do you want to keep your video off or?
Okay. Yeah, I want to keep my video off
Okay, that's fine. I'll be the only.
just because I want to
video.
get naked.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what. Why do you think Tony has his video off?
Why do you think I never
Man,
even
I wish I
bothered
could
to put a
change this
picture
my baby
on?
Picture.
Yeah, you have to update your Google Plus profile picture. So I don't remember what mine is.
Oh, that'll take too much. The reason why I have this photo of me is because I was applying for jobs a while ago, and I wanted employers to know that I was one of those good black people, and so
Like you could have just stopped when I was applying for jobs, and I would have like. Nah.
That's funny enough, right? God.
You look pretty jacked in that picture though. You got like
I know, and I'm not jacked in real life. In real life, I'm literally the skinniest person you've ever seen. And so that picture is like the picture. I need to put that picture on my Tinder. I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
What are you doing, man?
Oh, what am I doing?
The best part is that it's
You know what
not
my-
even photoshopped.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
it's
what my
real.
main picture is on Tinder? It's a picture of me and Kevin from Kind of Funny. That's my main picture on Tinder. And my hopes is that girls think I'm Kevin because that's a good looking fellow.
He's all right looking. I think he's a handsome man. All
Yeah,
right.
he's engaged. I'm not engaged.
It's true.
He's doing something right.
He's doing at least one thing correctly. I'm gonna construct this tweet real quick. Yes, Tony.
Are we supposed to be recording yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm constructing a tweet. All right, I'm gonna count down from 5 to 1, and on 1, we're gonna hit record together.
Okay.
Not on go. I know you know how to do this, Tony.
Guys, how does this work?
Okay,
not on,
so he counts from
Oh my
5 to 1. Now you see,
We're supposed to press record on the 4.
We have to pre-prepare a tweet. So
Oh shit. Okay, let me write it. Let me compose a tweet. Hold on.
when we hit record, we're
the
also
full
supposed to hit
Irrational
the
Passions
tweet button
experience, Blessing.
that we're recording.
I hate you guys. So on 1, not on go, not on record. I'm not even gonna say record. Just gonna trust you guys to be adults about this.
All right. So I composed the tweet. Now what do I do?
All right.
Do I schedule this tweet?
Fuck you guys.
No, you don't schedule it. It's got to be exactly when we hit the button.
Okay.
All right.
So wait, but how
depends
do I
on if
press
you're
two
using
buttons at
Hootsuite.
once?
Twitter.
Exactly.
2 hands.
I have
Two
tweet deck.
hands.
Does this work?
That works fine, Tony. God
What
damn
if
it.
I press
Hook up-
record and then immediately press tweet? Does that work, or does it have to be?
No, you gotta
exactly
set up a key.
5,
You have to set up a knot.
All right. On 1,
Can I schedule a tweet from the past?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, tweet sent.
Good job. You nailed it.
Tweet to the past. Legend of Zelda.
Hashtag tweet to the past. Let's get this funky thing rolling. Oh wait. Tonight's pre-show puff is brought to you by NyQuil.
It's not pre-show anymore, though.
Well, it's pre the real show. I have to get my asthma going, you know, before we go,
Get that asthma going.
or else it'll creep up on me. Blow it out like cigarette smoke, you know what I'm saying? Except it's not actual cigarette smoke, because then I would die.
Are you drinking Pepsi?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Dude, like,
Pepsi?
fuck, I can like Pepsi and Coke, okay? I drink both of them, and I like both of them.
You're not allowed.
Yeah, no, you're Pepsi.
Yeah.
You're Pepsi, born and raised to stick with it.
I don't vote Democrat and Republican. Like
Guys, like I did not
Oh my
raise you this
God.
way.
you don't see me checking 2 boxes. Like,
You also
oh, yeah, I'm
don't
gonna
vote every day, Blessing. It's a bad comparison.
Wait,
Vote
so now you check
space.
whatever.
Like,
I
oh yeah,
checked all
go
the
Hillary.
boxes.
Oh yeah, go Trump.
All right.
Deport the Mexicans and keep them.
And keep
Honestly-
them. Best of both worlds. Correct,
Honestly,
right,
guys, I'm voting for Frank Underwood. So
All right.
I'm voting for Frank Ocean.
Fair enough.
Not getting
good.
anything done for 8 years.
Straight up. You could vote for Frank Ocean, too. You could do that writing ballot.
you could.
All right. Let's do this.
So vote for Trump.
It is Saturday, October 15th, 2016, and you're listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I'm Alex O'Neill, your host this evening, and with me I have Scott Gethier, Tony Horvath. I don't know why
You know,
I
I was going to prepare another Destiny related thing for this week, but I decided not to steal Nobishin's thunder for the 3rd week in a row.
I appreciate it. Brian Nobishin Jackson.
Revive me!
And joining us this week, we have Blessing Adeoye.
Yo,
How did I do? Did I do all right?
yeah, that was perfect.
Well, you don't have to lie to me. It's fine.
It was all right.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take all right. Hashtag Team Bless. Bless up. Everyone, it's Blessing. He's here in order to be the hype man for episode 300 of Rational Passions podcast. You're on the penultimate, man.
Man, that's crazy. Oh yeah, this is like
$2.99,
$2.99, right?
Yeah, dog.
Oh, that's crazy, fam. I was chosen.
It's man, we had to bring the hype because next week we gotta go crazy. It's gonna be weird. We're gonna be taking Skype calls. I've kind of figured out how we're gonna be streaming. We'll be on YouTube. It's gonna be weird.
It's going to be some crazy shit.
But in the meantime, this week, this podcast is gonna be fucking awesome. We had some great bonus content. over on youtube.com/irrationalpassions if you're not privy to it. Blessing's here. Gears of War came out. I don't know if Blessing care. I don't know if you care about that, but
I couldn't care less.
okay, fair enough. I'm game with some Gears.
The reason is I never had an Xbox. It's until
Okay.
like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I am tempted to pick it up through the Windows Store
Do it.
just to see how that works.
Yeah, we could still play together,
Yeah, we could.
and you wouldn't have to pay for that like multiplayer.
And that I wouldn't. I might.
Well,
I still
I
might.
mean, you don't need to pay for Xbox Live Gold on Windows, so that's cool, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right. You don't.
Yeah, it's like it's a PC, man, master race. They figured it out. Yeah, we got a good show. I feel like this is gonna be a good one. I know I've been saying that a lot, but I'm feeling the hype. For people who don't know, Blessing, where are you from on the internet space?
On the internets, I am from okbeast.com, which is a website about, as you guessed, games. And basically, the way I put it, it's about games, culture, and the way games fit within our culture. And so it's a site about games, just like
Yeah, I like.
just like irrational passions.
Yeah.
Right?
I was looking at, I guess, like I saw a tweet of yours, and I like for the podcast, the OK Beast podcast. I don't know if you guys made like a new logo for it recently,
Oh yes, we did.
but it's like amazing. I
Oh,
love
thanks.
it. Yeah, it's just the letters OK and then a picture of a monster face, and it's
Yeah,
super clever.
it took me literally like probably 6 months to think of that, and so I'm glad you like it.
That's all right. It paid off. Yeah, no, it's great. I've been on OK Beast, the podcast, and what that was. We still don't know. I'm trying to find it, but I believe it was episode 9. Yes, it was. And you spelled my name right in the blog post. That's good.
No, I got you, fam.
Yeah, so many people put that one L in there. It kills me.
Yeah, I made sure.
And yeah, that was a great show. I feel like we've done. I mean, we've both.
We were
been-
on Pixel Pulse.
Yeah,
together.
we did Pixel Pulse together. That was what it was. So, Blessing and I, we got that podcast rapport. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. At this point, we're essentially Colin Moriarty and Greg Miller. That's us.
We are the dynamic duo of video games. Yeah, and OK Beast, a great show. You also have another show on YouTube.
Yes, I have a video show,
Yeah.
a YouTube show, called. Well, I just changed the name. It was originally called Wired, but then like I got done with episode 2, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to get sued by actual Wired, and so I changed the name to OK Wired, and so that's every other Saturday.
Okay, cool. I have a show that goes up every other Friday. It's called Alex
that's
Talks.
crazy.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
I think it goes. I think it goes up every like literally the day before mine, and so people watch.
We're on the same Friday cycle, or
Yeah.
weekend cycle, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 2 of Alex Talks to kick off our housekeeping segment is up now. It's called The Turn in Mystery, and it's about mystery-ish video games. Nailed it. Yes. God,
Nice.
killed it.
like Donkey Kong 64.
Like, yeah, the most mysterious of all video games. So much so that we still don't understand it to this day. And Wired is similar. It seems like I've only watched the first episode. I haven't gotten through the second one yet.
Yeah.
But
It
it's like a
is,
video editorial show.
Essentially, yeah. The tagline for it was, I changed that also, but it was a look behind the games. Now it's just a look inside. Because basically I just want to dive into what I say is a layer deeper into like how games are designed, games are made, and look at certain games and figure out what makes them great. And I'm sure in the future I'll probably talk about things other than games, like rap music or just things that I'm into. And so, yeah, definitely check that out if you're out there and you want to watch something that was put together in a weekend.
Yeah. Well, for being put together in a weekend, it's pretty phenomenal. So I absolutely highly recommend it.
Oh, thanks.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, it's good to have you on the show. As soon as like you had me on OK Beast, I'm like, man, It's killing. Like the guilt has been building over time. I wanted to get you on before 300, so here we are. Finally, we made it. I did try to get. Oh, did I? Never mind. I think that was that. We've had some guests falling through.
Did you forget you had Alex Van Aken on your podcast?
No. Hashtag
Okay.
Team Van Aken.
Or are you talking about Ian?
No, I we had some
Okay.
guests fall through recently. I wasn't sure if you were one of them. You were not. Although it was touch and go for a minute there. We didn't know if we'd get you on. But it's going to be a good show. We got some more housekeeping. Alex Talks, like I said, is up. It's on IrrationalPassions.com, and it's on YouTube.com/IrrationalPassions, whichever you prefer to find it. It's about mystery in video games. I lean on the Dark Souls example, which is almost like the Dark Souls of video game examples. But it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the script for that episode, particularly. Some weird stuff was happening with my camera in it. I'm very much aware of it, but luckily not as many people are complaining about it as I thought there would be.
What was weird about it?
So during the first episode, there was some weird like autofocus stuff happening, where it would just autofocus for no reason. Essentially, it would just go out of focus for a second, then come back. So I'm like, okay, I will turn off autofocus for this episode, and it made the lighting weird. So I had to, when I was chroma doing the effect to basically cut out the green screen, it got a little vicious on the top parts of my hair. It's probably too much inside baseball for people, but if you go back and watch it, you'll see like the right part of my head is a little pixely around the edges. But no one seems to have noticed it yet. So again, it's probably just shit that I notice and no one else does. Regardless, there's a bunch of other cool stuff up on IrrationalPassions.com, including a review of Deus Ex Mankind Divided by Yusef Magid. Found out how to pronounce that one. Huh? He said no one gets it right on the first time, so I probably fucked it up regardless. But Yusef wrote that review. It's his second review for the site. He liked it quite a bit. He actually talks a lot about the racial stuff. For it, the stuff that didn't work for Jared or I, but really worked for him. It was really good getting that kind of alternative perspective, and we talked about it a little bit after I edited it. Very interesting. Like he opens with a really great introduction. I don't want to ruin it if you haven't read the review, but I highly recommend it. It's super well written. And Yusuf also got up The Art of the Video Game Part 2, which this time was about theater. And oh man, it's so good. The first one was amazing, and like this one is just as good. And I was blown away second time around. So again, continuously humbled by all of our amazing writers on IrrationalPassions.com. And Jarrett Green, how could I not mention Jarrett in a week? Love the Man to Death Monthly Passions podcast. September edition is up. Which includes guests such as Blessing right here.
Oh, that's me.
Hey, that's you. Which is super convenient. I didn't actually know you were on that show. But
I'm slowly trying to infiltrate your website and take it over from the inside.
Damn it, that's what the Beast was for. And so that you guys talked about BioShock, the BioShock collection.
Yes.
I imagine you're a fan of those games.
Well, I've only played Infinite all the way through. I played like a couple hours of one, and so we essentially only talked about Infinite. I think he finished off with 1 and 2. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of Infinite. That's one of my favorite games.
Awesome. So go check that out as well. So that's more than enough goodness for you, but there is more. Tomorrow, if you're listening to this live, or this past Sunday, if you're listening to the audio version, there's going to be an announcement from Ali Mushka and myself about the secret project that her and I have been working on. So stay tuned for that. I can't say it now because we're live, but it's going to be good. It's also going to be on IrrationalPassions.com, and I'm very, very excited about it. It's going to be silly. It's not about video games, so that's exciting. So that's coming very soon, and I think that's all I got as far as housekeeping. Anything you put up recently, Blessing, that you want to give a shout out to?
This is live, so I haven't put it up yet. But by the time this episode is available on iTunes, episode 3 of OK Wired should be up, which is all about Forza Horizon 3, and the quote unquote art of joy, which is a phrase that I've coined just for this video. And so definitely check that out. Check that one out. If you're watching this live, it should be out by tonight. So keep on the lookout for it.
Are we keeping you from editing that?
I literally right before this podcast, I just finished editing it and I was gonna upload it, but I don't want to like
Destroy
take all
your
the
internet?
bandwidth away from it. Yeah, exactly.
I got you. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to watching that. So go check all that stuff out. Let's talk about video games. Scott, you have no video games to talk about. You told me this before we started. Just getting that out of the way. So people are like,
out of the way.
why didn't you talk about Scott's games? Scott got nothing.
I got nothing.
It's all right. We'll get you something. We'll figure something out.
You'll get me next week.
That's true. I'm looking forward to it. Not Scott. Blessing.
Yo,
Nailed it.
Okay, so his new name is not Scott Blessing.
Not Scott Blessing.
NSB.
NSB. What you been playing, man?
man, I've been playing. I just said it, but I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon 3, which is an awesome game. Fun fact: I got my first Xbox ever a couple weeks ago because of a price error at Target, and so I got a 1 terabyte console and 3 games for $200. And then the week after I got my Xbox,
Wow.
then the week after there was
Holy
another
shit.
price error, and I got Forza Horizon 3 for $20. And so I've kind of been rolling in it for the last couple weeks, and so Forza Horizon 3 is definitely a fun game that I did not know I'd be playing right now.
Yeah, man.
But
Like, sounds
that's
like
one-
Target's
yeah.
fucking up.
Dude, Target's amazing. I tweeted out like right after I got Forza Horizon 3. I was like, there's some intern right now just being torn to shreds and getting beat up in a lobby somewhere by executives because I don't know how they do that 2 weeks in a row. And I don't care if they keep doing it. Like literally, I will buy a membership to Target. I don't know what they have, but I will buy whatever they have.
I don't know what kind of
And
membership
just be
Target's giving out.
diehard Target.
Yeah. You are the biggest
Yeah.
Target fan as of today.
Right.
Um,
Right now, I'm a huge Target fan. Forza Horizon 3 though is really good, and essentially the way I put it, it's a game that makes me feel joyful when I play it. It makes me feel happy, and I assume that's by design. Like the from the soundtrack to the world design, like the world is very happy, and it's not happy in like the way like a Banjo-Kazooie is happy or like some rare game is happy. It's happy in the sense that like the colors pop. It feels like I'm on vacation. Everything just looks so clean and realistic, but like at the same time joyful, if that makes sense. Like the sun is shining, the clouds are beautiful, just everything is beautiful in that game. And so I talk a lot about that in my video, and also from the gameplay sense. Like the progression in the game is also very good. Like the amount of numbers that are being thrown at you while you're playing the game, as far as skills you're performing, experience you're getting, fans you're getting, like all the build up is pretty amazing. And that it feels really good to play because you're always making that progression and you're always getting to the next level. And then you have like your skill trees that you can do, and your randomized drops that you can get, and like a bunch of random stuff that like I didn't know a racing game could have this much progression. Like it almost feels like I'm playing an RPG. Except like the traversal is fun in a way, and so that's one game I've been playing.
so
Rare Replay.
let me
Alright,
dig a
go
little
ahead.
deeper real quick. Let's not move off.
Oh, yeah.
I am fascinated with the Forza series from an arm's length. So I
This is
always
my first Forza game.
yeah. I was gonna ask, are you like a car game kind of person?
No, not at all. My favorite car game of all time is Burnout 3. And the
course.
last car game I got really into was Burnout Paradise. And besides those, unless it's a kart racer, I'm not really that into it. And so like Forza Horizon 3 I've been playing, and I'm like hands down not a car person.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really into it. I think the game makes it very easy to get into, because it guides you. But then like if you look at the menus, you can tell that you can go really deep into this game and get really into it because like you can tune your car. It has like a cool pull out thing to where it shows your car and you can like open the doors and open the crap, what's it called? The front of the car? The hood.
The hood.
You can open the hood and look inside
Clearly
there
a
and
car
tweak
guy,
things
the
in there.
biggest car guy.
But no, yeah, you can get into the minute details of your car and get in there and tweak whatever you want to. But like, if you don't have to do any of that, you can just play the game from just like a new kind of position, which is what I'm doing, and still have fun and still just keep doing races and keep getting fans. And fans is one of like the ways of progressing. You get a certain amount of fans, so you can kind of open up your next. I don't even know what they're called. You basically get further in the game by getting more fans.
Okay. Do you
and
like?
that's really cool.
Do you unlock like new areas to go to, or is like all of
Yes.
Australia just kind of open to you?
So it starts off with one section, which is like a forest kind of section, and then after a little bit, probably after an hour or two, it then gives you two options. I don't go too into it because I don't know if people care about spoilers for a Forza game, but after a few hours into it, it then tells you like, hey, okay, you can now open up events in the outback, or you can open up events in this kind of city area. And so I did the city area, and that was really cool. After a few more hours, I did the outback, and that was really cool because it then opened up off-road vehicles. And so in a way, like along with new land to drive in, you're also unlocking new ways to play, and new vehicles and stuff, and new types of vehicles. And I thought that was really cool. But yeah, man, I have like so many good things to say about this game because once again, I'm not a racing person, and yet I'm having so much fun with it. And it's very forgiving, which I don't know how hardcore racing fans feel about that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like it since I'm not a hardcore racing person. And so like if you press Y, it rewinds me back like 5 seconds. And one, the animation is really cool, but two, it gets rid of that frustration of like, oh crap, I tried to do a turn, ended up crashing. Now I'm gonna lose the race because I wasted 10 seconds trying to get back on track. Instead, you just press Y and it just rewinds you back to where you were like a few seconds ago. And so that's a really cool thing in the game. The game just does a really good job of inviting new people and getting them acclimated and getting them into the gameplay without making them feel terrified.
Yeah, and like from what I understand, Forza is always really good about if you go into the menus, like turning off like the control assists to make it a little bit more challenging for people who care, like for the driving sim nuts who don't want the assists and everything on there. So like there are the options for those folks that prefer that. It's fine because we had Sean Donahue talking about it a couple weeks ago on the show about his experience with Forza Horizon. He also isn't a super car game kind of person outside of Mario Kart, so he was a huge fan of it. He just loved it. So everything I hear about
definitely
the game,
recommend it.
yeah, man,
Yeah, I
considering
have.
it.
Oh yeah, I've also been playing Rare Replay, which came out a while ago. I think that came out last year. And so I won't go too into it, but it's a game that I've been wanting to play since it came out and haven't been able to since I didn't have an Xbox. Because I'm a big fan of Rare games on the N64 particularly.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, I never played Banjo-Kazooie. And so
What?
yeah, which I know is crazy because Banjo-Kazooie is essentially probably Rare's best game according to so many people. And
it's real good.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of it and I've been enjoying it so far. I'm a very big fan, as you know, of Donkey Kong 64. And I'm also a very big fan of Jet Force Gemini, which is in Rare Replay. Donkey Kong 64 isn't, obviously. But Jet Force Gemini, I've been going back and playing it a lot, and I've gotten past halfway through. And man, like, every time I go back to that game, I appreciate it more. Specifically because, like, when you go back to N64 games, you kind of expect them to, like, not play well or be kind of janky. And, I mean, there's some janky things about Jet Force Gemini, but overall, that game's really impressed me with what it does with the world, what it does with the characters, what it does with gameplay, I think is debatable, but I enjoy the gameplay. It's a third-person shooter, if you don't know what Jet Force Gemini is. A third-person shooter on the N64, which is not a popular thing. And so,
No.
yeah, it's probably like one of the only ones. And you can play as a dog, which is awesome.
Yeah,
and you go to these different alien planets and basically try to get through them and get through the story. But it's that game's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's really all I've been doing with Rare Replay.
I remember 'cause I didn't touch Jet Force Gemini in the Rare Replay, at least not yet. But I remember going to my friend Alex's house. His name was also Alex. And playing Jet Force Gemini because for some reason my parents wouldn't let us get it. Maybe because like
I think it
we
was
had no
rated M.
birthdays or Christmas. Was it rated M?
It might have been because there's a lot of blood and guts in it.
Yeah, it might
I
also be
mean,
rated
it's
T.
N64 blood and guts, which is basically like paint splatter.
Yeah, the question is really, have you played Conker's Bad Fur Day?
So I played a little bit of it, and now that I have Rare Replay, I've been trying to play more of it, and that game's actually kind of fascinating me because so far where I'm at, it seems to be very linear in design, which most Rare games
Yeah, just
on
wait.
the N64 don't seem to be that way.
Mhm.
I just got to the part. I actually not that far. I got to the part with a bowl, and I'm trying. And there's a bowl and there's poop, and I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah,
And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm kind of stuck.
you gotta get a bunch of cows to shit a whole bunch.
That's what it seems. I know I have to do something with the poop. I'm not sure what I have to do with the poop.
Once
But
once they shit enough, you'll fill up this whole area with poop, and then you get to swim through it.
where are the cows though? I don't see. I see one bowl.
You might have. I think you have to like shoot something, or
Huh.
hit buttons to open up these pens that will release these cows. Then you have them eat prune juice, and then
Okay.
they get. I guess the prunes, man. They just go right through you. That game
amazing.
is incredible for like so many different reasons. Like you, as far as I know, you haven't gotten to any of like the extremely elaborate and specific movie references yet. But holy shit. Like there's a Saving Private Ryan reference in that game that is like of the time fucking ridiculous. And the alien part, oh man, like there's so much you have to see in that game because like
I've seen quite a bit of it on YouTube. But I don't think I've seen most of it, which is why I'm wanting to get through it. I saw the Saving Private Ryan stuff, and that stuff looked bonkers.
Yeah.
And I saw the Great Mighty Pooh.
yeah,
is
Great
still,
Mighty Pooh
like, hilarious
is
to me.
probably the best like singular thing of that game, just because it's so absurd and it happens out of nowhere. Like you're not expecting it. It's like this is like a song fight, and I don't know what's happening. But yeah, like there are more movie references than the ones I named. There's like one that I'm thinking of specifically that I don't even want to say the movie because like I don't want to ruin it. That's how good it is.
I'm really excited because man, Rare games are so good.
Yeah, dude, rare games are so good.
And I've
Bitch-
only
ahead.
played the ones that people consider to be bad, which is the funny thing. I played Donkey Kong 64 a bunch. I played Jet Force Gemini a bunch, and I love both those games. But I when I was a kid, I never played Banjo. I never played Conquer. Perfect Dark. I never really played. I played James Bond and stuff, but
it's funny
yeah,
because
the
like
absolute good ones.
the line of progression of it was Banjo, and then Donkey Kong 64, and then Conker's Bad Fur Day, and then Banjo Tooie. And Banjo Tooie is definitely, I think, the best mechanically out of all those games. It's my favorite Rare game, and like the thing about Donkey Kong 64 with me isn't like I don't think it's a bad game. It's definitely got like super big issues with me, but it's like they kind of went too far with the collectible things. There's just so much to collect in that game. Where like they kind of take it back a little bit in Banjo Tooie, where it's like a reasonable amount of things to collect while also kind of getting the cohesive world building stuff that they did with Conquer like back into it. So like the cool thing about Banjo Tooie is that it's kind of like an open world game and all of the different levels are connected to one another and you can get back and forth between them really, really easily. So yeah, I'm curious to see what you think about some of them. There are some really cool Rare games, and they did a lot of cool stuff with N64 hardware. So
Oh yeah, they're they're amazing.
yeah, I'm a big fan of them. I cannot wait for Platonic's game because that's like most of that era of Rare developers on that. So
Yeah, I'm super hyped for that one.
What else have you been playing?
I've also been playing Overwatch, which I've been playing that for the October update, like the Halloween stuff, and I've been playing the Horde mode. Which
Yeah, they've
is
got a
pretty good.
cooperative mode in there now.
The new brawl. Yeah, it's essentially horde mode, and you get to play as either Hanzo, Soldier 76, McCree, and Anna. You have to choose between one of the four of them. And it's four people, so each person gets one of them. And you're just taking on hordes of Junkensteins, who is like essentially Junkenstein's minions, and you just gotta fend them off. And then there's these bosses that come up every now and then. It's pretty good. Like I definitely, if you're into Overwatch, I definitely say play it at least once. I definitely think that Overwatch should make some type of horde mode like permanent in the game. Whether they have like this and like two other ones and just cycle through them, because like it's what the game needs. I feel like to feel whole, because I love Overwatch and stuff, but I mean ever since the release, I've always have felt like, yeah, like the multiplayer is great, the competitive is great, but if there was some kind of co-op, then I could feel whole in this game, and I could feel like this game is complete. And I do feel like the horde mode that's there right now for a brawl is doing that.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's pretty much what all I've been up to.
I haven't touched it anything since the October update. I played a little, but it was like the weekend before the update went through. So I'm anxious to get back into it. I have a Destiny problem right now. I'm in a really dark place when it comes to video games.
It's not a problem, dude.
It's like that dark place's name is Destiny, and I can't get away. Like I can't. Like I try and push it away. It's like gotten to the point.
It's a nice, bright, safe space.
It's like because last year, I was into it. I played it all the way through January, and there's not as much content this time around. So like I've worked through all of it pretty much, except for the stuff that's coming out this coming week. But like it's just like I played a lot of Destiny this week.
Yeah.
Man, we'll get there. But yeah, Tony, you played the Overwatch brawl as well. I didn't know if you had any thoughts.
I did.
To say
I played it once, and between the fact that Destiny has literally broken my PlayStation 4 controller again, and the fact that I've just been playing so much Destiny, and Overwatch just plays very differently.
Yeah,
it was really weird, but I was able to, better at Anna now. I found out.
Yeah, get those snipe skills back.
But yeah, I played like 2 regular games of Overwatch and one of the brawl. I thought the brawl was really cool. It's something that I would play like strictly with like people that I was like in a party with.
Yeah,
that'd be a good time. So I'd be down to do it again. But yeah, I just haven't had a lot of time. I gotta give all my time to Destiny, and I don't know what to do.
More importantly,
I believe you do know what to do, Tony.
What?
Give your time to Destiny.
Yeah, you're right.
Give it.
I probably should. Guys, I need to leave. I've got a thing with a girl named Destiny, and
oh my gosh. Sorry, I knew a girl named Destiny, which is why that's hilarious to me.
Oh yeah, same person.
Yeah, that's who we were talking about this whole time.
Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna just we're not there yet, but
okay.
the tweet section of this week is gonna be intense. It's gonna be, if you're on hashtag Team Bless, you got a lot to look forward to later this week.
Oh man.
I'm
gonna be like the Stone Cold Steve Austin of life. Let me tell you.
You're gonna be the Stone Cold Steve Austin of Irrational Passions podcast, and I thought Jarrett was that. So, man, this is getting exciting.
Life's good.
Life is good. Yeah, I haven't played it, but
you just start.
I don't know. We started some shit, that's for sure.
you just did.
I know. But the only thing important about Overwatch right now is that new Mercy skin, which is increboth, and I need it.
Dude, the new Hanzo skin.
3,000 overcoins.
3,000 overcoins.
Yeah.
The both of those are really. All of the Halloween skins are great.
Yeah, all of the Halloween skins are pretty awesome. The victory poses are very interesting too, because they're basically just tombstones.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those yet. That's really cool.
Check them out, because I saw them randomly after I won a match, and I was like, oh man, that is weird. Like they're very different from the usual victory poses.
When does season 2 of Overwatch end?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I should probably finish my placement matches before that happens.
Are you still in placement?
I played the first 5 one time, and then Destiny came out. So
True. Destiny's really good.
yeah, it has.
Is it though? Is
And
it
I don't
though?
want to play them the rest. I don't want to play them by myself because I like to know at least one person on my team is someone I can communicate with.
Yeah, and your boy Sean Pitts is also playing Destiny, so you can't play Overwatch.
Sean and I played a lot of ranked with the two of us last season, so I'll probably get at him at some point, and we'll play the last 5, and then I'll
Yeah,
go,
you know
like,
he's
all right, back
down.
to Destiny. Yeah, of course.
And Alex Van Aken is also he's platinum in Destiny, so he's a good person to play placement with. What's your in God Jesus Overwatch? It's all bleeding together.
I almost had the Destiny Platinum.
What's your ranking in competitive Overwatch? Lesson.
Right now I'm like high gold. I would be higher, but I stopped playing for a while because I got my Xbox, and so I've been playing that. But I do want to get higher because like I play a pretty good Reaper, and I don't try to be humble about it because I feel like I shouldn't be humble about it. Like
Yeah.
I'm at the point to where when the character select screen comes up and somebody else picks Reaper, I go into an uncontrollable rage because I'm very petty when it comes to it. But no, I play a pretty decent Reaper, and so I'm trying to use that to my advantage and get higher. But I'm
Okay.
straddling at like the border of
Okay.
high gold.
All right. We should play more. Hit me up, man.
Dude, I'd be down.
'Cause
I'm always down for Overwatch.
I
Yeah.
think it was Van Aken who I was talking to about like what the rank system means, because I haven't played enough ranked in season 2 to like have a good idea of like what the old ranking system means when compared to the newer one.
Yeah.
And apparently, if I kept the same rank this season as last season, I'd be something like mid diamond or something. So that seems pretty nice.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like platinum would be like low 60s, I think, and then like 70 would be diamond, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just like play more placement matches and be placed into bronze and then get on with my life.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm always down to play Overwatch as well. Now that I've played a whole lot of Destiny.
Alex is surprisingly less down to play Crucible and Destiny though. And I think he's also real. There he is.
Welcome
back.
Oh, did I go somewhere?
You were frozen for a good 12 seconds.
Okay, I just said fuck it. Let's talk about Destiny.
Okay.
I've been playing Destiny, video
Yeah?
games. Tony, you played Destiny as well.
I played Destiny. I played a lot of Destiny.
Oh, man, so there's a quest in Destiny. It's an exotic quest, meaning it's a quest for folks who don't know. It's a quest to get a special weapon that's related to the raid. Essentially, you have to find these 5 things in the raid, and then you can do the quest. And you have to do it with 1 warlock, 1 hunter, and 1 titan. So one of each of the 3 classes, which is cool. So I teamed up with my friend Ash, and we did that. And I got the exotic weapon, and it's really good. It's
is
funny,
good.
because the end of the quest is just basically has you play through the raid again. So we played through the raid again on Tuesday. Was that? No, it was Wednesday, right? I don't remember.
That was, I think, Wednesday.
I had been awake when we had started playing the raid. I had been awake for
That was Wednesday night, yes.
27 hours because I can't sleep ever. It feels like. So when we finished the raid, I'd been awake for like 30 hours or like 33 hours or whatever. I don't remember. I blacked it all out. And we got it, and it's great. It's funny because I finished, and then I hadn't really had time to play video games since then, since I had to edit Alex Talks. So like yesterday, when I was like delirious out of my mind after getting back from work, but I was also exhausted because I had only slept for 3 hours because I was editing Alex Talks the night before. Set that to publish, passed out, then went and worked for 9 hours, and then got home, and I'm just sitting there like dead on the inside. I'm like, I just want to play a little bit of Destiny so I can use my cool new gun. So I played some dailies and shot the gun, and it's really good. So there you go. Destiny's really good, guys. Did anything happen in Destiny this week, Tony?
Like news wise.
News wise.
Like something like well, okay, so there was a stream, like a Bungie developer stream earlier this week, during which I don't remember which developer, but one of the developers hinted at there might be a secret in one of the new Rise of Iron Crucible maps, like a secret code. So then immediately, like a bunch of people went to go and try and crack this code, and they were going at it for a couple of days, and then it was tweeted out by the same people at Bungie. And confirmed by another developer that it is not like it won't something tangible to put in your inventory, but it's just like an Easter egg.
Okay.
But that's kind of the biggest thing that was going on. There was a whole thing about like let's figure out what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. That's mostly thing. People are just I don't know, like myself. I'm still saving up engrams and stuff, getting ready for #hard mode.
#hard mode.
When all the light level caps go up.
The hard mode version of the raid comes out on Tuesday, right? 18th, 3 days from now.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's Tuesday. So yeah.
All right.
All the light levels will increase. And
You down, Scott? You're in?
No,
that's
you
like
guys
I'm buying a
just
PS4
gotta.
tonight.
Are we
Are
streaming?
you guys gonna be regional first? It's world first.
No,
Come
fuck
on, just do it.
We don't know what the challenges are yet. But there will be challenges added. Challenge mode will be added, right? That's like also a thing.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
In King's Fall, challenge modes were added immediately with hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been, I believe Bungie developers have said this time that it's going to be a couple weeks before challenge modes start rolling out. So
I'm excited because I've been writing, as I hinted at in Alex Talks that went up yesterday. I started writing this past week the Destiny episode of Alex Talks, which I'm actually really excited about because as I'm writing, I've written like one version of it and I'm writing the second version, which I've learned is kind of like par for the course with my scripts now, which is terrible because it makes them take so long. But the second version of the script, it's a cool look at like why Destiny is so cool in my opinion. Obviously the biggest part of that is the raids. That's what we've talked about the most on this podcast. And I kind of talked about like what I'm gonna have to go back and listen to some old IPs from last year when we were talking about Taken King expansion. But yeah, like mechanical motifs is what I'm leaning on. To coin another term, Blessing's got a video editorial show. He knows how this works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I'm starting. I feel like I'm making that a thing. Creative dexterity, mechanical motifs. It is very much like you just start making up weird phrases when you're like.
Yeah, I coined the phrase "the art of joy."
Yeah, dude.
And so anything's possible.
I'm looking forward to hearing that in context. But yeah, so there are motifs throughout like Destiny raids, and talking about that's been really exciting. So. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing because I plan on doing the hard mode version of Wrath of the Machine. I would like to at the very least. And right now I have a date for tomorrow. Me and some folks who have never run it are going to be running the Taken King King's Fall raid.
Are we doing that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm doing that. I don't fucking know what you're doing.
I hope I'm doing that. I got that gun and everything.
If you'd like to do that, you're welcome to do that with us.
I'd certainly be down.
It's going to be people that have never done it before, so.
Sounds good. I imagine that you will be Sherpaing them.
Yes.
That sounds fun.
Jacob Bryant, Brennan Williams.
Oh yeah, for sure. The old team.
The dream team. We're
dude.
gonna be bringing those through. I'm trying to get Jarrett to come too because we did that one. We did it with Jarrett before as well, and he had fun with it. So if I can get him to boot that back up, that'd be fun. But yeah, so it's been really cool writing about those raids. But yeah, Destiny is still great, and I like it quite a bit. Other stuff I've been playing, Overwatch, like I mentioned. So Resident Evil is free for PlayStation Plus members this month, and Nobishin's been trying to get me to play that game for years. It feels like now. So
Which one?
So was really the original Resident Evil.
I know you wanted me to play the terrible voice acting version of the game, but I wanted to play this version of the game. And I started playing it because I'm like, hey, this is free. That's been kind of like my my tea time game, right? That's my relaxation game. I feel like Resident Evil.
The opposite of that, isn't it?
don't know. It's not like it's not scary, right?
Yeah, no, I don't mean like anything about that, but it's like anxiety inducing. I would say.
It's stressful, yeah. But like Resident Evil evokes the same feelings that like Sierra and LucasArts games evoke for me. It's like a point and click adventure game for me. Does that make sense to you?
They operate that way, yeah.
It's very similar, right? It's like got these obtuse puzzles, right?
Obtuse puzzles. Your controls are pretty obtuse themselves.
Yeah, I'm playing with the modern controls, right? So they're not very obtuse for me. But they're still weird. But
It's those fixed camera angles.
yeah, I mean
Can't change that.
the camera angles are still weird, and it's it's like I'm exploring a mansion. It reminds me kind of like a Maniac Mansion in a weird way. I kind of love it. Like, well, I definitely love the game. It's great. And I don't know. I've never played it before, right? I've only ever played Resident Evil 4 or 5 and now 6, of course. Infamous video series. But it's cool. Like, you're going around, you're solving puzzles. Like, it's more of like a puzzle game, and every once in a while a dog or a zombie will show up. And you got to shoot it. And that's about it. But it's like it's cool because it has so many of those tropes and trappings of that era of PC point and click adventure games. Like, you picked up an item, like combine this item with this other item to make a thing that you can then like use as a replacement item for another object, or examine this item and then like, oh, you took the arrowhead off of this like emerald arrow, and now you can put that somewhere and it does something different. Or like,
Yep.
you picked up a book and you flipped around the book and there's a key in the back, and by taking out the key you unlocked and opened the book. It's like, oh, this is like really cool. It kind of reminds me, like, Ace Attorney does some of that stuff as well, where you're like examining objects in a 3D way. It's really, really neat. I don't know. I imagine the PS1 game was the same in that regard.
Yes.
But yeah, it's. I started writing something about it just because it was so far from what I was expecting. Like, I was expecting it to be so much more scary. Because you hear stories about like the dog jumping through the window or whatever, and that being like terrifying, but for me it's more of like it's mysterious, I guess, to lean back on that example I use in Alex Talks. It doesn't really tell you things, and it's very obtuse, and like I'm checking the map to see what rooms I've explored and what I've found. And as a guy who's never played this Resident Evil before, never even seen it played, like my brothers played a lot of games that I got to at least see when I was growing up. This was not one of them. Like, this was a game that I had zero exposure to. So after playing that for an hour, I had seen far more than I had ever seen that game ever before. And it's been really, really fun to kind of go through it and just kind of experiment around. It's super weird having like saves are currency, like saving your game uses currency essentially, and having to micromanage that, and that takes up space in your inventory, of which I've constantly have none because I have to kind of get over my hoarding tendencies of like, I went around the whole mansion and unlocked every door with a key, so it would tell me, now you can get rid of this key because you won't need it anymore. And I was like, cool, another spot in my inventory. I desperately need this.
Man, that is that game.
Yeah, and that's awesome. It's so cool. Like, that is also point and click adventure games to an extent. Minus, like, most point and click adventure games don't have a limit on inventory space, but that adds a different layer to it. That's very interesting, and I really like it. It's left such a great first impression on me. And I remember when I started and I did that stream forever ago. I think it was last Halloween, actually.
It was.
Of playing the PS1 version. I didn't get far enough into it to kind of start seeing the things that I'm starting to really like about it, but it definitely left that impression of this is totally defying what I expected, pretty much. And it's cool. I really like it. The only other thing I've been playing is Gears of War 4, which I know you've been playing as well, Nobshin.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, because I don't even really remember playing Gears of War 4 necessarily. I don't know. I think it was because I just hadn't slept that much. But I got I got Monday night, so I ended up playing a whole bunch of it. I played like halfway through Act 3. What a weird game. Are you with me on that, Nabashin?
As far as what?
Like, as far as being a Gears of War game, because so like the first 2 acts of that game, you are not fighting monsters, you're fighting robots. And like I had no idea that was gonna be a thing, and that's super weird. It's just super not what I expected, but it's also like very different in like how it's paced, right? So fighting robots is weirdly different, right? Because like they want you to have there's tension between you and other humans, right? But they don't want you fighting other humans, and like there's a lot of cool like war-esque, like 1950s-esque propaganda posters about like we need to repopulate the world, of like you need to be having babies, like mothers have like this importance of fostering children and whatever. So like there would be an associated guilt if you ended up fighting other humans in this game. Although there are flashbacks in the beginning of the game where you do fight other humans, and it's super weird. That aside, it's just like it was so different, and I was like, oh man, we're fighting a whole bunch of robots, and like this is kind of like that flying locust thing, and this is kind of like that big brutish locust thing. Like, so like the enemy types are similar, but they function very differently, and they're different guns and stuff like that along with these. And it's, I don't know, it's cool. I thought that was cool. What did you think of that, Nobshin?
As far as that stuff, like that just seems like Gears to me. Like it doesn't really seem all that different from like anything else. Like shooting robots are basically just another thing that just takes like a full clip just to get rid of. It's just like just a different type of way. So Gears is Gears, and that's fine. But it's not that though. That game is not that. That game is so different and so good and so presented in a different way, that I didn't even like anticipate. Like I remember seeing like the E3 trailer like last year, I believe, and I just remember like all this chatter in the game. I'm like, yeah, Gears chattered, but like this is like super chatty. Like I'm not used to this. I'm like, that's kind of weird. That seems a little off for what Gears of War was. And like I didn't put it on my list, but like I've been playing the Gears Ultimate Edition. I just completely hate that game now. Like when I was playing, I was hating it before I even played Gears 4, just because like because it's weird. Like I remember Gears 1 fondly, and thinking that game was like really impressive and really good. But like dumb AI and just like
the AI is really frustrating.
And yeah, that just broke it for me for that game. I just really don't even like that game anymore. Then I like did backwards compatibility and played a little bit of Gears 3 and like, oh yeah, this game was really good. Yeah, I remember this just feeling like really good. And Gears 4 is even better, I feel.
Yeah, especially like how it feels too.
Oh yes, man. Oh my god,
man.
It feels so much better. And like I said, after playing like the Ultimate Edition, where it's just like,
oh yeah, super sluggish.
You shoot and you don't feel anything, but like even if you're using like an automatic, like every shot, like you feel every shot of that. Not even like because like the rumble control type of thing, but like it's like just the way it's presented and like the way it feels. It feels like every shot like actually hits the enemy type of thing. Not, even though they're bullet sponges, it's like the it's actually doing something to them.
Yeah.
And I'm just really impressed by that game, like top to bottom, about like the presentation, the voice acting, the way they're kind of changing gears in a weird way, but like in a good way, I feel.
Where'd you get to in it, just for my reference?
Oh, I'm way ahead of you, dude. Like like when I was playing by myself, I just got past all the robot parts, and I was at the camp.
Yeah.
But like I started co-oping with Mark like a few days ago, and we're all the way to like uh
Act 5?
like we're like maybe Act 4,
Okay.
but we're deep into that game now.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I'm halfway through Act 3. So, yeah, it's weird. Like the part of the like because the game changes so much. Like when you're like, oh, now I'm fighting the swarm, which is the new enemy. Or I guess it's all new enemies, but so it changes a lot then, in a cool way. Very different monster enemy than the locust. In a very fun way.
not too different.
I mean, like when you're fighting like just the grunts and they're just okay, we're shooting at each other. It's very same, but like the other guys are like basically the different enemy types that they bring into it, like the fucking dog like things. God, I hate them. And the guys that charge at you, different. Like it feels different at the very least. But man, like this game is hella pretty. Also, like holy shit, there is so much color in this game, which I was not expecting. Even like that first section when you go to the cog, like the cog city, which is like kind of the first part of the game. It's just like so many colors, and it's more colors than I think all the Gears of War games combined. And it's awesome.
Gears 3 was pretty colorful. I think.
Gears 3 was great, but like again, my most recent impression was also Gears 1, and like the thing that sticks with me is just that vehicle section right in the middle of Gears 1 where it's just like gray through this for like 30 minutes straight. I was like, because I remember the vehicle section in Gears 3, which is like when you're driving that fucking tank on the ice. Do you remember this?
Gears, no.
It's like Act 4 at the very end of it, and you have to like drive this tank over this cracked ice to get to like this last section.
I don't even remember ice in that game.
It's super weird. It's like the only thing I remember about Gears 3. That and Ice-T are the only thing I remember.
That's the only I remember. That's the only ice I remember. It's just actually ice.
You have to drive a tank over like these frozen over lakes at one point. And like there are locusts that are coming up from under the water. It's weird. So yeah, and like there's a vehicle section pretty early on in this one. I was like surprised because I forgot that that's like a thing in Gears of War, I guess. And I don't know, it was good though. It was a lot of fun. It didn't overstay its welcome, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I still don't. We didn't really even talk about really like the like the way this game presented, like a quick like lazy way of saying this is like, oh, it's like Uncharted in a way as far as like dialogue and like set pieces and whatnot, but like not to say it in a lazy way, but like it's more interactive, it's more human, more than I felt like any other Gears have been. Like, and like I was talking about this with Jeff Chorney from Interactive Distractions, and like I feel like Gears 3 kind of had like kind of not really an excuse, but like the way that game is so like dour like through all three of those games is because like they were literally in the war, like they were in wartime. Like if you want like almost like a quote unquote serious game, those are the Gears of War games. Cause like there's no levity, there's no like really no cracking wise while playing those games.
Yeah, this is a very different tone because like they won. It's like there's kind of hope. There's tension, but there's hope. Like
a whole new generation, like who didn't really get too exposed to like the locusts and stuff like that. So
yeah,
so they have like a whole new perspective. And like this hearing this levity and just hearing these wisecracks and like some of them hit, but like some of them are really really good. I feel
the trio, like the main trio, is really good. Like they're all really good.
I just think that like this tone and this way of like they're doing it, like I'm really really enjoying it. More so than like ever before. Like I said, Gears 3 is like so much a surprise that like I'm like I want to play more of that game, but like now I got into this co-op thing.
I'm so glad that you got into it too.
Yeah, like I just hate waiting to play my video game. So
yeah,
that's like the only bad thing about co-op. But like with this and Overcooked, with Mark and Katie, it's like this is like the best games I've had in like a good while. So it's like Yeah, like it's worth it. It sucks waiting, but it's worth it. And like and I know like when dumb things happen, I won't get so frustrated because me and Mark will laugh it off in the headset.
Yeah.
And like crack jokes about it, and that like any frustrations I have with that game is like they're pretty much none because I'm enjoying it so much.
Yeah, Roger Picorni and I are trying to, because he got an Xbox for this, so we're trying to get a group together and co-op this. And by group, I mean him and I. So yeah, because he had not actually played Gears 3 ever. And when he was here in Maryland, I told him like, "Yo, dog, no, Gears 3 is where it's at. Like Gears 2 is amazing, but Gears 3 is where it's at." And yeah, so he recently finished that, and he just started Gears 4. So either he's gonna catch up to me, and we'll play together, or we'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm still at a point where I don't know how I feel about the levity. Like I don't know how I feel about JD. I like him, but like he's a little Nolan North for me.
I would say more like Kate so far because like I like her a lot, but like there's not enough of her as far as like
Okay.
knowing who she is and like why I should care about her. But I don't know, it's weird. Like kind of all the characters like that if you really think about it.
They really like kind
like
of
Dell.
cold, yeah, they cold open into it. Like they don't really set up anything. They're just like these are these characters. I kind of like that, but because you kind of get a little bit of context for what happened. Like JD and Marcus had a falling out. I don't really know what happened there. Maybe I'll figure that out as the game goes on. And it's like they have a great dynamic. Old man Marcus Phoenix is the greatest fucking thing ever.
It's so good.
It's so good. Like, oh my god. Like there are lines that are just like, oh my god. I can't. It's old man Marcus Phoenix, 10 out of 10. Super good. Because like you realize he was kind of just always an old man, but you don't realize that until he's actually an old man. And like, yeah, words can't do it justice. You have to see it. But yeah, like it's cool, and like I love Dell. I think Dell's great.
Dell's great, but like I just don't know who he is. Like I just want a little bit more time with who these people are. But you know, I guess. But like they're focused. So I guess they're more focused on gameplay than. Oh, I can't really say that either. Like there's so Gears 4 is so good because like it's all in one night. Like I'm just like I just remembered that when I was playing today with Mark, and I was like, you know what, this is all in one day. There's like no transition. This all is happening. There's one bit after another after another after another. There's no in between or something like that. So you're not missing anything. Everything's happening in like it's like 24 or something like that. Like everything is happening in this.
That's cool to hear.
Events.
So
I'm like, oh wow. And then when I realized that, like it just makes it even more good. But like you know, like I guess you can't really have character development if you're really just doing stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, and that makes sense. Like they can't be like, and here's a flashback to this kid, this childhood. Like it's cool how they start the game like with these weird flashbacks, like to the Pendulum Wars, which we'd never seen before, and then back to basically the end of Gears 3, which was cool to see from another perspective. And then kind of like going from there. It's cool how they set this up, and I haven't finished it yet, but I definitely agree with the kind of this is a soft reboot of Gears of War in a lot of ways, because they're very much setting up a new cast of characters, and they're setting up a new villain and different things, and it's all mysterious. Like some of it's a little like all right, like when you're fighting the swarm, it's like. Yeah, they're like juveniles, and they can go into this. It's like, oh yeah, like juvies, and then it's like, okay, this enemy type is called juvies now. And it's like they're like establishing the jargon essentially.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, but it's like, okay, you know, this is just like it's okay because it's like, okay, these are just like three dudes like figuring it out as they're going on, and that's fun in its own right. So, but like I like it. It's like it's cool because Gears of War was never about like this is just starting now. It's always like you've come into the middle of this war. So in a lot of ways, this is similar, but like with characters. And the enemy is just beginning now. Like the swarm is a totally new enemy, and like basically your 3 characters are the only people that even know about them. At least where I'm at. So that's cool, right? There's the context is being established versus like you kind of have to go with it. Like when we go into Gears of War, it's like the war had been happening for like 18 years or whatever. And you're like, okay, these are krill. I guess they kill me if I go out at night. So, and like that's a Brumac. Don't know where the fuck that came from, but sure. This is different, right? Like when you see a new enemy, it's like, okay, what the fuck is this thing? And that's kind of cool. It's really good. Gears of War 4 is a really good game.
Yep.
I'm glad that you're playing it co-op. I can't wait to group up with somebody. I haven't had any. Like I don't know if Joe has it yet. So.
Oh, he has it. He's been playing with Jeff.
Bastard. He's a cheater. That's what he is.
Let him know.
I will. I'm gonna send him an angry text message at 4:00 in the morning tonight. It's a booty call. What else have you been playing, Option?
I've been playing a lot. Like a little bit more Doom, which I didn't write down. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit more Doom.
Good.
Scott, you should play Doom. I think that's a hidden game that's totally would speak to you.
It's a good Scott game.
Yeah, I think you would really, really dig that game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
I mean, like, cause like,
Don't say.
No, I totally agree. Yeah.
I mean, like, as far as like the soundtrack, a player character that doesn't give a shit about anything,
Yeah.
and just great gameplay and like silky smooth. Like, I think you will really dig that game.
Somebody do fan art of Scott as Doom Guy, as Doom Marine, because that Doom Marine is Scott if he was a video game protagonist. Yeah, no, I'm totally with you.
But yeah, Doom's fun. I didn't really get too far still, but like, that is something I just pop in every once in a while and just like enjoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gave up on Mafia 3.
You gave it up? It's over?
Yeah.
I talked to Barrett about it a little bit the other night when he called me. He seems pretty bummed about it.
A lot of people are.
Yeah. The narrative behind Mafia 3 as far as crowd consensus is pretty bummed about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a shame. They had a really good opening.
Yeah. I'm curious. Like, I haven't heard anyone talk about the story as a whole, like start to finish. I'm curious to see if it finishes strong.
That's what I'm curious to. Like I said, I'll probably just watch it and see how that all turns out, because I am really curious about that. And like, as far as how it opens really strong. But like, I don't know if it carries through to the whole entire game. And like, I know like pretty much like. I pretty much left at the point where the game gets like super repetitive and like it's just like the same missions over and over again through every single district. So, it's a shame.
Yeah, I like. It's the big takeaway is that like the game is too kind of boring for anyone to get through to the end. Like that's like as far as like the video game part of it, not the story. That's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, like it would have been better as a linear game. It's like pretty much the general consensus about it, rather than an open world game. But who knows?
Yeah.
Other than that, I got Res Infinite.
Oh, nice.
Never played Res before, and that's a trip. That's a great game.
Yeah.
Didn't play too much of it, but like because I've been distracted by Gears and like Zero Time Dilemma, but like yeah, that game is gonna like it's just a game I need to like take the time when like I had nothing else to do and like put on headphones and just enjoy for the experience what that is. Because like I played Child of Eden and that game's great. I never finished it though. But Res is like seems like a little bit more, even though it's the predecessor to Child of Eden, like it seems like a little bit more of what I would like and what I would get into a little bit more.
Yeah. To be fair, this is like the sequel. In a lot of ways, it was like Res and then Res again and then Child of Eden, now Res again. So it's kind of like the sequel to Child of Eden also. Yeah, I don't really like. Is Res like a shooter, like a shmup esque?
It's a rail shooter.
Okay.
Like you just shoot like a Surge Wrath. Like you
Okay.
just line it up. You like go, you shoot stuff, and like listen to the beat and just like take in the experiences and the visuals of what you're seeing. So
Yes, synesthesia apparently is what that experience is.
okay.
Which is like kind of how it's like engrossing yourself in sound, from what I understand, I believe. And that sounds cool. Like I want to play that game in VR.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we'll be able to try that at Extra Life. So, and hopefully we look real dumb when we're doing it. But we'll see. Anything else?
Like other than that, like I finally dug into Zero Time Dilemma. I probably like maybe like a good 5 hours into it so far.
Okay.
That has the potential of being my favorite of the Zero Escape series, but
That's a big turn from last week.
yeah, like the faces are still like whatever, as far as like the presentation wise, but like it what carries over from like from what was pre-established from the other games and like what is bringing into this game, and it's like God, it's so much of a like do not play this fucking game if you not play the other games type of game. I respect the fuck out of it because it's like it justifies what I do and what I am, kind of who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm.
When this is like, oh, you got all this pre-established knowledge and like we have this game for you.
Kind of like Mass Effect in a lot of ways. Go on.
I don't know.
I said
After Mass
kind of
Effect
like
2.
Mass Effect. I didn't say exactly like Mass Effect. I mean like Mass Effect 3.
I mean, you can.
You can.
There was a Wii U version of it.
There was a Wii U version of it that no one bought.
I'll buy it.
But this is like to the nth degree because like you just wouldn't understand anything, who these people are, why this matters, why this person has this name, and it's like, oh, you're from the previous game from 2 games ago, and like, oh, and like all this stuff is, it's so good, and like they brought up the violence like a lot more too, like pretty much like you'll see someone pretty much like cut themselves with an axe or something like that, so like you'll see blood spray everywhere, so I'm like, oh, that's new, so like yeah, stuff like that. So that game's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying it so far. I've been too distracted with other games right now to really put my time super into it, but like it'll definitely be something like I'll binge and like totally enjoy. Like it has the potential to be something good. I'm just hoping that it'll hold out. Like I'm hoping like I'm hoping I'll get what I want, because this is supposed to be the conclusion.
Yeah.
So like, and I know what I want, and everybody who plays the Zero Escape series game know what that ending that everyone wants, and they hope you get, because like there's a character in there who that they brought back, and it's like, oh, now you're different, but you're different in a good way, and
Okay.
it's like, oh fuck, and like, can I get this ending? Can I please get this ending? So I don't know if I'll even get that anymore, but like hopefully I will. And
You know, twists and turns are ahead of you at the very least.
that's what those games are about, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like what other than like fucking BioShock? What other games give you twists?
Yeah, it's true. Like Danganronpa is the other one. Like the comparable style of games are the other ones that you get that out of.
Yeah, there's a free article for you. Like, why don't games risk doing twists or something like that? I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Take that one. Take it to the bank. Blessing's like, all right, writing down what OK Wired games with twists. Got it. Cool.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and like I said, it's doing some really good stuff that like potentially it can be my favorite of the series, but like we'll have to see how it ends up.
Cool.
Not every character is great. Some of the newer characters aren't really substantial. but like the ones that they bring back are like the most important characters of the whole entire series. So that's like a oh shit, this is about to get real type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like really excited to see how this all turns out and how it all ends.
Okay, I'm interested. I have been, obviously, but I owe at least one Stardew Valley, and that November, the first week of November, is creeping up on me. So
It's gonna happen.
I know Tony made like a tracker for it, so if people are
That was really funny.
yeah, if people want to know when I'm going to play Stardew Valley, there's a tracker on the internet for it. Speaking of Tony, assuming that's the end of your list, Nobshin.
Yeah, that's more or less it.
What you been playing, Tony?
Played some Destiny.
Yeah, that game's alright.
That game's alright.
I want to say real quick, and I don't mean to cut you off, Tony.
No, go ahead.
Like, looking back at my relationship with Destiny, there is no way that 2014 Alex could have predicted what would happen to me with
True.
in regards to Destiny, because like I was so down on that game, and I could not have known. I mean, they changed the game a whole lot. None of us could have really known. But like, I am so disgustingly in that game. I need to know how many hours I've put into it. How can I find this out, Tony?
So you go to timewastedondestiny.com.
Is this real?
Yeah, it's real.
You said this before.
I forgot. Listen, guys, I forget a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, you literally, like, it might not be .com, but just Google time wasted on Destiny.
Yeah.
It's just wastedondestiny.com.
Got it. Hashtag wasted.
And then you click PlayStation because that's where we play. Then you type in your PSN.
Okay. I'll do this.
Enter.
What you been playing, Tony? I'm sorry.
Well, now that I'm on wastedondestiny.com,
here we go.
The system is temporarily disabled for maintenance, so I guess it's a cliffhanger for the ages. So I've been playing Destiny, guys. And then once I got off Destiny, I played some more Destiny.
It's true. You did do that.
That's kind of all I played this week.
Really?
Yeah. I played Overwatch for like 20 minutes.
Where are you at with Destiny? How do you feel about Destiny?
I am thoroughly enjoying my time with Destiny. I've been at max light level for a couple weeks, but I still play. I do the raid 3 times a week. It's the weekend right now, so I can't. The people I typically play trials with are not in town, so I'm not playing as much trials. But I definitely did all the bounties yesterday, and I plan to hop on and do the gold bounty again today. Destiny's good.
Have you gotten to the lighthouse at all?
Not this year yet. But hopefully, there just also hasn't been a lot of time to play with the same people. So we usually like put in like one card a week, and that's not typically, unless you just have. We got really close. We were 8-0, and then we didn't get there. So I've been close, but I haven't gotten there yet this year.
For people who don't know, Trials of Osiris is a PvP thing, player versus player.
Yeah,
thing.
so it's elimination. So it's 3v3, and when you die, you can't respawn. You have to be revived by your team, and it's whichever team of 3 beats the other team of 3, kills all 3 of them first.
Yep.
And
First to 5.
First to 5 wins a game, and then the system that you're playing in, it's the same map every time. You don't matchmake with teams. You have to pick a team of another 2 people to play with you. Your light level and the perks on your gear and what guns you have, all that stuff matters.
Where it doesn't in every other multiplayer mode.
Well, most other multiplayer.
Okay,
modes.
fair enough.
Iron Banner, it also matters.
Okay.
So the ultimate goal there, like you go and you buy a card, and the card can take up to 9 wins and up to 3 losses. So you try to get 9 wins before you get 3 losses. But there's also, if you go 9 wins without losing, there's an extra bonus and another reward in there. So that's called going flawless, and a lot of people want to try and do that.
And then if you go flawless, you get to go to Mercury, which isn't on the map. And you get to go to
9,
something
and
called
that's if you just get 9 wins, you get to go there.
Oh, you get to go. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can go to the lighthouse regardless of if you're flawless or not.
Oh, okay. Makes it
But
less
if you
special.
go flawless, you get more stuff.
Yeah. So you go to Mercury. It's like the sun is burning in the background.
Yep. You also go there as a Titan.
Yes, which
When
I
you
did.
get
I
your-
talked about that
when you
last
get your
week.
solar class. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Destiny's so It's such a fucking weird game. It's probably the weirdest game I've ever played.
I saw a YouTube video today of someone who like found a way into the raid without killing any of the bosses, so you can go and get all 5 chests without killing a boss.
Whoa.
It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to do a little research. And I say this like I've played Sweary games, all right? There are fucking weird games that I have played, but Destiny to me is weird because so many people are into it. Like millions of people play this game. It's so weird. Destiny's weird.
Destiny's weird.
Alex talks. Destiny. It's coming soon. It's happening soon.
And
Probably a little
let's
over a
see.
month out, but it'll happen.
So I've also been working slowly chipping away at getting my Flawless Raider trophy by soloing Crota's End. Close. I've gotten to but like the last shot on the last boss before Crota, and I just missed and I died. So
Damn.
I just I'd try that like once a day pretty much because I don't know. I don't want to just keep redoing the entire thing over and over and over again because the first couple parts are pretty boring, but it's fun. Eventually I'll get that trophy. And then once I get that, there's only one trophy that's keeping me from getting the platinum, which is getting all the dead ghosts, which I specifically said I would get all those after I got Flawless Raider. So
Okay.
then I'll have the Destiny platinum, and that'll be my 4th platinum.
Hell yeah. I kind of want to get the Destiny Platinum, but I don't know if I'll ever get that fucking flawless Raider garbage.
There's actually it's pretty easy to do the raid solo on a Warlock as well, so I could show you how to do it. But that's the easiest way to get Flawless Raider for sure.
Flawless Raider is beating a raid without anyone on your fire team dying. So
Right.
if you
beat
go
a
in
raid
by yourself, yeah.
Shit. Which is a kind of a crazy endeavor because they're designed for 6 people anyway. But Danny and I were like before I had the weapon that I needed to be able to solo the raid. Danny and I were just going as a team of 2 and doing the raid, and we got pretty close. Danny had some trouble getting over the bridge consistently with there's basically in the raid that we're talking about. There's one specific part where your team is supposed to build a bridge to get across a really large gap, and that's the only part in the raid that actually requires there to be more than one person there, or a full team of 6. You can kind of cheese your way across the gap by jumping really high and then swinging the sword over and over again, which carries your character forward but doesn't make them fall down very much.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that to get across the really large gap by yourself. It's just really hard to do it on a Warlock, which is what Danny plays. So he was having trouble getting across, so we never ended up finishing it flawless that way. But yeah, it's been fun messing with that. I'll probably put a video up on a YouTube channel once I actually finish it.
I'm curious to see it, yeah.
What are your other platinums? Your
So I have the
Dark
platinum
Souls?
in Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and Salt and Sanctuary.
I didn't know you played Salt and Sanctuary that much.
Yeah,
I knew you loved it. I know you played it, but I didn't know it was that much of a thing.
Yeah, for sure. There's one really hard trophy in Salt and Sanctuary that I also have a video on my personal YouTube channel of me doing, which is how in Dark Souls, there's the Asylum Demon at the beginning, which technically you can kill them, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
There's a similar thing
in
Salt and Sanctuary.
In Demon Souls as well.
Yes. There's a similar thing in Salt and Sanctuary where at the very beginning, basically the first thing you do is you're on a ship and you get to the deck of the ship and there's a big fucking dude on the deck of the ship. He's supposed to kill you. Then you wash up on the shore of the island where Salt and Sanctuary takes place. But it is possible to kill him. It's just really hard. So that was that was the last trophy that I needed to get that. So yeah, I ended up basically, because if you die, it just puts you on the island anyway, so you have to delete the file and restart over and over and over again so you can kill them.
What
And
if
it's
you
a pretty
what
much
happens if you kill him?
So if you kill him, since like I said, you're not really supposed to, you get a huge amount of like the salt to level yourself up, and then it puts you on the island.
All right. Do you wash up on the shore dramatically?
Yes, yeah. I guess it's implied that regardless of if the monster dies or not, the because you're in a giant storm, I guess the ship just breaks anyway,
Yeah.
and then you wash up on the shore with, and that's the beginning of the game.
Just like
So.
Alundra.
Yep. So those are all my platinums so far are Souls-like games.
What about Dark Souls 2?
I
It's
never
time to go
played
back.
Dark Souls 2.
You gotta go back,
So-
Tony.
It's on PS4.
Maybe I'll play it, and I don't know. If I play it, then I have to commit to playing a lot of it, and I've heard it's not the greatest.
Whatever, man. Scott says it's the best one ever.
Scott, is that true?
I'm hearing Dark Souls, but then I did not hear any numbers.
Dark Souls 2,
whatsoever.
is it the best Dark Souls ever?
I think so.
Okay, fair enough.
Fuck you, Scott. No, I'm just
Scott's. It's
Fight
very
me in
obvious
Dark
that
Souls,
Scott
bro.
still hasn't finished Dark Souls 3. So
What? I already did. Like I talked
Scott,
about it.
Scott beat Dark Souls 3. He talked about it on this podcast.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe if you were his friend, you'd know that.
wow.
Damn. Blessing, you
I
still with
will
us?
slumber here.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Okay. Good, man. You warmed up? You ready?
I mean, at the same time, maybe I just need to go back to Dark Souls 2.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's take a break. How about that? And then we can
But
go back to
I didn't
news.
finish talking about my games.
What else is there, Tony? You said
I
you
played
only played
Destiny.
Destiny.
I played a lot of Destiny.
All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, maybe there's some news to talk about, and then we got some questions. We'll take the tweets and we'll throw it out. Oh, we got bets too. Ooh,
Yeah, we do.
We have bets.
Did you already tell us what it was?
Not yet. We do that at the end.
No,
Yeah, but no, you
ahead
tell us at
so
the
we know.
beginning so that we can figure out what the bet is.
That part I did.
Maybe if we were friends, you would know that.
You're right. My bad. So we're gonna take a break, and we will be back in just a little bit. So, Bless, you want to keep recording through this? If you need to get up, do some jumping jacks. I know we're killing you with all this Gears of War talk.
Oh no, it's all good. I took a quick nap. It was nice.
All right, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Same here.
What is this? Oh, there's some new Razer product that's going to be unveiled in 4.5 days. Welcome back.
Hey, I'm back.
Hello.
You welcome back. Yeah.
After this podcast and after your other podcast,
Yeah.
trying to raid?
Nah. Oh, this week's bet's gonna be good.
Okay, what is it?
Is everybody back?
I don't know. I'm here. That's what matters, right?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
All right.
I should have ate a piece of bread or something.
Are we killing you? We're burning out all your carbs.
Oh man, nah, I think I'm good.
Are you sure?
Starting to. No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Make it grilled cheese after this.
Shit.
Oh dude, I'm gonna explore the restaurants in this part of town.
Do
See what
you
I can
where do
find.
you live in Washington, right? Is that right? Blessing?
Seattle, Washington.
Yes. Do you live in an apartment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and my sister share an apartment.
Okay. This is bigger or smaller than the last one?
It is bigger, I think, but it also costs more. But the rooms are smaller, which is weird. But I also get my own bathroom, which is nice.
Okay.
So it has its perks.
That is nice.
Yeah. When I lived in an apartment, it was clutch having my own bathroom. This is going to be good. Don't worry, I'll explain bets to you when we get to it. Blessing.
Sweet. I'm excited. I like gambling.
It's
All of mine, but
you'll like it. You'll like it. Namishan, are you back?
Yeah.
What's the one review website?
Open Critic.
Open Critic.
IGN.
Thank you, Blessing.
I got you,
It's the
fam.
only one. It's the only one you ever need.
The only one with reviews.
So, oh, by the way, I looked up the Bungie like this week in Destiny post.
Yeah.
And so I have some details about what that stuff looks like. So for comes out on Tuesday. The patch is at 10 a.m. Pacific time, but the raid doesn't open up until 1 p.m. Pacific time. There's no challenge mode this yet.
Okay.
And when that happens, a bunch of rewards go up to new light levels. So I can give you exact stuff. Let me scroll up and find it again. Okay, here we go.
When the show comes back on, mind giving Trevor his props?
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. We can do
Hold
a
on.
shout out at the end of the show as well, if you like.
Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Hold on. Nailed it, guys. Fucking killed it right now.
We were talking about Gears of War and Destiny. I was reading up on the difference between transgender and cisgender.
Yeah.
And I've got nowhere.
I'm a cis fuck, I'm pretty sure. That's what I am.
That's what it came down to.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Which just means I
Got it.
You know, cis is just like it's a weird term.
What is it?
Yeah, because it essentially means
It's like you identify as how your body and personality identify as.
yeah, essentially, yeah.
So I have a male body and I am a heterosexual, So I am cis.
Yeah, and I'm a male body and black skinned. I identify as a Japanese boy. I am not cis. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, we're getting into more complex territory. You're getting
Yeah,
into
this
like
is
Ian
abstract thinking
territory.
right here.
Isn't that more or less a transvestite?
Transvestite means you're a man, but you dress up as a woman.
Yeah, you dress
sometimes?
differently.
Is that just
Yeah.
it?
How I solve this problem is
Here we go.
I identify as Mr. Krabs. I
Yeah.
am a Mr. Krabs.
I am Mr. Krabs.
There's no two ways around that.
And then
Alex.
you look into the camera's eyes and you're like, "Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?"
Oh my god.
And then Shulk looks back at you and says, "I'm really feeling it, Mr. Krabs."
I'm really feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. So, with Destiny,
Yeah.
when the heroic mode comes out, maximum light goes up to 400.
Okay.
Strike chests that you open with skeleton keys, the Nightfall, Exotic Engrams, Trials of Osiris, Crucible, and Iron Banner all now give rewards up to 400.
Okay.
Forge, the heroic Siva Strike playlist, legendary engrams, and that's it. Will go up to 385. And then rare engrams and the Siva Strike playlist now give rewards up to 365.
That's good. So people can get raid ready.
Yes. So basically, if you, like I was mentioning before, it's probably a good idea to save your legendary and exotic engrams.
I know,
But it's probably too late for that now.
It's definitely too late. It feels shitty. It's okay, I guess.
It's okay. I have way too many engrams in my vault right now. I'll say that.
Yeah, I bet. I forgot to tally because I forgot to add Scott's win last time. Scott, what's our team name?
Yeah. Well, like Alex Van Aken over here.
Are we Team Aiken for Van Aken?
The worst
No.
name ever.
I have 76 engrams in my
Scott,
vault
our
right now.
team name should be Team Bless.
No.
Dude.
Can our team name be Team Bless?
No.
Oh. There'd be so much confusion, yet so much cross promotion that I'd be down for it.
Okay. I'll try and think of a better name in the meantime.
Team Bless 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Our team name could be Irrational Passions 2.
What?
I keep making that joke, and it's going to be a thing someday, and I'm really excited about it. All right, you
That's
guys want to
why I
hear
should
the...
have named OKs.
Do you want to hear the bet now so you can start thinking about it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really good.
Sure.
I'm really proud of this one.
okay.
Eagle Flight. It's not that good. Eagle Flight comes out next week on Oculus Rift.
Okay.
Next Tuesday. On Open Critic, because I didn't want to use Metacritic again. On Open Critic, on the first review, so they have different tiers of their reviews. So on the first review of between 74 and 70, it's one of the tiers. So whatever the first one that's in that tier, upon opening that review, how many times will any version of the word fly be used? Fly, flying,
Flawed.
flaught,
Flown.
flown. I think flight. Flight's a different word.
Does flu count?
Flu
Is that?
flu counts because that's fly
Okay.
past tense. Yeah.
Yeah, for a second I tripped myself out. I was like, is that?
Yeah, that would be
A
the
passport
correct way
Yep.
to say the passport
Flu.
to fly.
I thought I had
As
that
opposed to
mixed up.
flaught.
As opposed to flawed.
Flott's a good word, though.
Flaught is a good word. That should be a word. We're Team Flaught, Scott.
Actually, it works.
Team Flaught. Love it.
That sounds like a derogatory term in Britain somewhere.
For sure.
Well, that's because you're just missing one letter from flaunt.
Yeah.
So
And that's probably some offensive British word.
Those Irishmen are such
Most
flots.
things are offensive British words, I found out.
That's
So-
actually also true.
Blessing, I want you to think of a guess for that number. Hold on to it. Don't let us know what it is quite
Sweet.
yet. Sit on it.
Sweet.
Want me
7.8.
to
too
read-
much
I will read the
water.
bet again at the end of the show, but I can read it again now if you like.
No, I'm good. I I got
You
it.
took it all in.
I mean, you can read all. You can read it again for the other folks. Those
It's
hashtag
good.
Team Akins.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to. I only found one other news story, but this Amy Hennig one is worth talking about. Give me a second to pull up the music, and we will get started. Is everybody ready? Is everybody back and comfy and cool? News in gaming. Let's talk about some news, guys.
I got a request.
Sure.
Yo, that music is
Episode 300.
crazy.
Let's
Thank you.
change that.
We do need to
Episode
change that.
300. Episode 300.
Is that it? I only got 1 week to change this.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, we pulled a flaunt out of thin air. We pulled a flaunt out of thin air.
Yeah, people are gonna be really confused.
So
Scott and I now have we went over bets during that break, and Scott and I now have a team name. You'll hear it later.
I think. Well, okay.
You'll hear it later. They can wait. Maybe
All right.
they should stay and listen to the whole show. Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Damn. I will try and make a new news and gaming between now and next week, unless I forget.
You'll totally forget.
I will definitely forget, but we'll try. We'll try. News: Tales of Berseria got a release date. That happened like at the beginning of this week, January 24th. They also got a special edition. It's got some chibi figures in it. It's $150. I'm like not a big
A lot of dollars.
Yeah, it is. I'm not a big special edition person, like collector's edition.
But
No, that's it.
okay.
There's like a book in it. Like I don't, the Persona one is the first one that I've wanted to get in a long time. Like the Persona Q one I got, but that wasn't even like really that big a deal. It was like $20 more, and you get a case and you get the cards. The most important part, obviously.
I still don't have those cards.
I know, dude. It kills you on the inside, doesn't it?
It does.
I got the full set over here. They're awesome. But yeah, it's $150 for the collector's edition. It's coming to PS4 and PC as well, I believe. Yeah. So that's, I believe it came out on PS3 in Japan, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll double check real quick. But yeah, that's cool. I'm looking forward to it. We kind of talked a little bit about it last week. I hope it's cool. It seems like it's doing different stuff. It did come out on PS3 in Japan. That came out in August in Japan. So this is going to be the first Tales game to not come out in PS3. Jesus.
In America.
In the US. Since Graces. So yeah, man, Sony, like, I don't know if Sony necessarily like locked that down as exclusive, or like they just know it won't sell on Xbox or whatever. But it's weird that's a very odd console exclusive.
They've only got Vesperia, right?
Yeah, Xbox got Vesperia, and then Tales of Symphonia came out on GameCube a year before it came out on PS2. But yeah, that's it, man. Outside of that,
Did
it's
it come out on PS2?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It had like additional cutscenes and stuff added to it, and a couple other side quests added to it as well.
Is that what that extra edition is?
Mhm.
That's on the HD
On the PS3 version, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I think that stuff might have only gone to Europe and not the States. I'm not sure about it. I feel like it did come to the States, but
I mean, the only ones I've ever seen of Symphonia is just the GameCube one. That's the only one I've even heard of.
yeah, it's like it was minor stuff from what I understand, the PS2 version of that. So, but I don't know. I'm curious about Berseria, but we'll see. The only other news story I have in here they talked about it on P.S. I Love You this week, which I was actually listening to earlier today. Is an interview with Amy Hennig, and GamesIndustry.biz reported on it as well. She was on Idle Thumbs podcast, the Designer Notes podcast, which they interview game developers and stuff. Super interesting stuff. So Amy Hennig, for folks who don't know, wrote the majority of the Uncharted series. She wrote 1 through 3. And she is credited with a lot of like the kind of personality that comes out of those games. Rightfully so. Like, her kind of touch definitely sticks out. You can feel it. Uncharted 4 absolutely has that as well, but it's in a different way, in a way that works for that game and what it's trying to do. She is now penning the visceral Star Wars game, which is cool. I'm looking forward to that. But she's a great game developer, and I'm really excited to see what she does outside of Uncharted. But she basically had a very frank interview with Idle Thumbs about kind of basically the experience of working at Naughty Dog and the larger industry as a whole. I wanted to read some quotes she has here because they're fascinating, and I really want to get kind of some perspective from the panel here, and hopefully Blessing doesn't get killed in the storm that's happening in Seattle right now. But are you okay right now, Blessing? Are you disconnected? Are you connected? Are you with us? We'll take that as a no.
No.
He's direct messaging me right now, saying like if he gets disconnected, that's what's going on. But we'll see. We'll continue, and hopefully it'll work out. So, some of the quotes, I'll jump right into this one. She says, Amy Hennig quotes, Uncharted 3 was hard because even though we had 2 years, again, it was 2 years after 2 projects that were a crunch. And she's referring to the game's development cycle. She continues, it was a time when we were also trying to grow the studio and split into 2 teams and deal with all the recruitment issues that went into that, and try to figure out what to do with the face and success of the second game, in the face and the success of the second game, and still have 2 years with all those challenges. It was a tough one. Let me see. I just want to continue that hard. She was asked how difficult AAA development was on her personal life and on a personal level, and she said, really hard. The whole time I was at Naughty Dog, 10 and a half years, probably on average, I don't know if I ever worked less than 80 hours a week. There were expectations where it was like, okay, let's take a couple of days off, but I pretty much worked 7 days a week, at least 12 hours a day. And the 7-day working schedule wasn't limited to people on Hennig's level. The article continues. She talks about the team at Naughty Dog, like how much of them will be present. She said a lot of it. I mean, Naughty Dog is pretty notorious for the amount of crunch, but obviously in a leadership role, you try and do even more. So when she was asked, let's see, I just don't want to mess up the quote. She had a clear issue, like what she thought of making AAA games and the lifestyle of going into that. She says, if making AAA games was worth the lifestyle that goes into it, she says, I don't think so. There's a lot of people who never go home and see their families. They have children who are growing up without seeing them. I didn't have my own kids. I chose my career in a lot of ways, and I could be single-minded like that. When I was making sacrifices, did they affect my family? Yes, but it was primarily affecting me, and I could make that choice. When I look at other people, I mean, my health really declined, and I had to take care of myself because it was like bad. And there were other people who, collapsed or had to go check themselves in somewhere when one of these games were done, or they got divorced. That's not okay. Any of it. None of this was worth it. We had to get our act figured out. We have to get our act figured out as an industry. And the problem is that the ante keeps getting upped. It's an arms race that's unwinnable and is destroying people. There are a few other kind of choice quotes, but that's man. Like, it's interesting because, like, regardless of our panel here, there are definitely more people here that have a dislike for like Uncharted, for example, than the majority of the industry at large. But like Naughty Dog has definitely done some really, really incredible things on a technology level, and like they make quality video games for sure. But like hearing about the sacrifices that a lot of like you don't really get to hear about that end of things. There are companies like Rockstar out there, right, that have like this reputation that's kind of terrifying. Like of just like being strict and stringent and pushing and pushing and crunching, and like video game crunch time is notorious. So I kind of wanted to get some thoughts, especially from Scott and Tony, about what you guys think about this. Tony, I don't know if you have any opinion about it, but I'd like to hear it.
So I think that people need to work more and never go home.
And never see their families.
And as soon as they leave work, they should immediately be fired.
And so like just to have the worst case scenario.
That's exactly what we need in this world. Yeah. No, I'm a pretty strict believer in like a work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can agree with the fact that that's definitely kind of over the line.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Like myself as a person, I would be pretty like adamant in how that would be for me.
Yeah. What about you, Scott? Like, because I feel like if you were ever to get into video games, like you would be more on the development side.
Right.
What does this make you think of that?
Probably that I wouldn't. Probably that I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: out of all of us, I'm probably the one who's used to this kind of a schedule because of the summer crunch time that this job goes through. And it's not even that bad. It is 64 hours at the worst that I've ever had it. And as I said, that is you wake up, you go to work, you come home, you go to bed.
Yeah.
Rinse,
these people are not going home sometimes. So.
Rinse, repeat, and then these people simply aren't going home.
Yeah,
there's probably a station for them to sleep at work.
Yeah, like a hospital, which is cryptic. It's
So it's the biggest killer to this all. It's despite how bad it sounds. Mm-hmm. If they were being compensated for it due to the laws, under the law standards, then it wouldn't be half as bad as it sounds.
Yeah.
Because they'd be making a hell of a lot more money.
Yeah. Like I feel like
but they're just not.
I feel like a studio like Naughty Dog probably is, right? But you
hope so.
Because they're huge. But like you hear stories like the Team Bondi stuff that we talked about years ago with LA Noire, right, where they were like doing 60-hour weeks and like really hard crunch time, and the managers and directors of that studio were like screaming and like verbally abusing the employees, like, and they were not getting paid like past their 40 hours, sometimes less than that. Like that was a thing. Whereas like the way Hennick's talking about this is like we were being compensated, we were working, but like was it worth it? That's a whole other question. At least that's how it reads to me. What about you, Blessing? Do you have? I didn't know if you had an opinion on this stuff.
I mean, I don't have too much of an opinion on it. I think it sucks that that's what they have to go through. I do think that the video game industry, in terms of from the developer side, has a lot to work on.
Yeah.
because I do think like we're getting great games and stuff, and that's awesome. But one, like, how are you treating your developers? How are you catering to your developers? Because like when it comes at the end of the day, it's the developers that matter. And it seems like from a healthy workplace environment standpoint to the are they able to get their vision out there, or how's their environment? Like there's different things that from the looks of it seems like the developers aren't getting taken care of. um and I mean it sucks because all of us are essentially from the outside looking in. Like we can really only judge from what Amy said or from what it seems like um before about game delays. And one of the things that came up is uh what is going on from in the developer side, and whose fault is it there. And it does suck because like developers are getting pushed more to meet a deadline, and then that deadline eventually gets pushed, and then they're getting pushed more to meet that deadline, and that deadline gets pushed, and they're getting pushed more to meet that deadline. And it seems to be just, I don't know whether it's horrible working conditions or what it is, but I mean, there's something in there that needs to be fixed. And I mean, it's very obvious that there is an issue,
Yeah.
and whether it's a creative issue, whether it's a deadline issue, whether video games are just such a huge industry and such like an industry that brings in so much money that it has to be like a machine, and things have to be churned out, and things have to be um I don't know, something has to be changed. I think publishers have to be more receptive to the developers, and things have to be communicated better and managed better so that the workplace environment isn't toxic.
Yeah.
The whole thing kind of sucks. But that's really all I have to put into it.
Mm-hmm. Namashin, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Not particularly. It's just more of like how much of a thankless job being a game developer is.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Like being the best game studio normally means that this is like probably a requirement, because we're talking about Rockstar, we're talking about Naughty Dog, like two of the best game studios out there for like multiples of people, because of how much quality and how much care they put into their games that they make. And even like a developer like Nintendo, like we don't really hear about that because they're so secretive about that. But like I'm pretty sure there are like times that they get that same way as well. But on the other hand as well, they delay their games so often that like I feel like they do give their employees a little bit more time to breathe. They have more of like a not really a union, but like more of like a better way of how they develop their games in particular. I feel.
Yeah.
That's just an assumption though.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, like we know so little about, like, we never really hear about this on the Japanese development side. So like when that stuff came out about Konami, right, and how like abusive they were to their employees, like more on like a social and emotional and mental level, like of like, we're not going to fire you, but we're going to give you basically the shittiest job. And like, because of kind of like the cultural pressure, you can't exactly just like walk away from it. Like that kind of stuff was fascinating and terrible, and like in a whole different kind of way. And yeah, it's true. Like, you know, Nintendo and like Square Enix, God knows, like Japanese video game development has always been very secretive, for whatever reason, and it's like that'd be an interesting like tell all story. We can only hope that I mean, there's a lot more American Nintendo studios now, like Retro and like their Seattle studio, but which is mostly like the Treehouse is mostly like localization, but and now we're looking at like Naughty Dog's American studio. It's also very like crunchy. The reason that I wanted to bring this up, you know, when I heard about it on not Colin Gregg Life, on PS I Love You is just like and it's funny because we actually talked a little bit about this on the episode of OK Beast that I was on. But like there's like very much not enough empathy in video games, like across the board, from the community side to like the development up to like crunch and kind of putting the actual people that are doing the crunch, doing the programming and crunching the numbers. There's not enough empathy there. We are in an industry where people are way too comfortable saying like, "Hey, I want to kill you and your family," before they actually like step back and say like, "Well, maybe there's another side of this story." That like anytime there's an opportunity to kind of discuss what the other side of the line is like, what not the consumer or the critic side of the line is, but the development side of the line and what they go through and the sacrifices they make to make the quality products that they make. I always like to bring it up because like it's just there's such a wall between video game developers and like video game players. And it's just like I feel like there's more of a wall there than there is in any other medium. Like, sure, I don't know who did the gaffing on Batman v Superman, and I talked a whole bunch of shit on that movie, and there's a bunch of people that were on set, on production, working their ass off to try and make that better. Like, but they're like in video games, there are people that don't even know like who directed what game or who did this and like top level stuff that there just needs to be more information on both sides of it, I think. So you just think about this when you're so ready to shit all over something. Like, I'm not saying that you don't have to share your opinion, or if you have to like that if you don't like something, don't pretend like you do because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but remember that there are people that make these games, and these people are bending over backwards to make them what they are and to come out when they do. And that's something that is easy to lose sight of. That's my 2 cents. Anything else anyone want to say?
I want to add that like it is weird that most people who play Uncharted don't know who Neil Druckmann is.
Yeah.
And that's to your point that like it is essentially a thankless job.
Yeah.
Which really does kind of suck. Like the amount of people who play No Man's Sky who do know who Sean Murray is.
Let me pause you for a second.
Yeah.
Are probably just like letting him have it.
They probably know who Nathan Drake is.
Nathan Drake is the protagonist. Neil Druckmann is the director.
No. Sorry. Nolan North. They probably know who he is.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Just like people who watch Batman v Superman, more people know who fucking Ben Affleck is than they know who Zack Snyder is. But like the difference between that and like the talent director versus a video game talent director is like massive.
Yeah,
Massive.
And even like most of the people who play Uncharted probably don't even know who Nolan North is. I think Nolan North is definitely probably more famous than Neil Druckmann, since Nolan North is in essentially half of games, like the half of games that Troy Baker isn't in.
Yeah.
But even with that, like I can ask any of my friends who played Uncharted, like any of my real life friends, who Nolan North is, and they probably couldn't tell me who played Uncharted. And that's what it comes down to. When it comes down to video games, people see box art, they see a game, and they don't see any faces behind that.
Yeah.
Probably most people who are into video games probably
Hideo
know
Kojima.
Yeah, and Hideo Kojima. Hideo Kojima is probably the only one to where I can go to my friends and be like, who played Metal Gear Solid, and be like, hey, do you know who Hideo Kojima is? And they're like, oh yeah, this is the guy who made Metal Gear Solid. And they don't know any of the people under Hideo Kojima. I don't know any of the people under Hideo Kojima, but I do know Hideo Kojima, and that's thankfully because he puts his name on the box, which I think that's a different debate on whether that's a good thing or not.
I feel like we're at a point where more people should just fucking do it. You just do it.
Yeah, I think people should do it.
Like, just like, what are you gonna lose by doing that? Like, I feel like people wouldn't jump to the conclusion that like, oh, these people are conceited. Some people did it for Kojima, sure, but like, if game directors just started doing it, like, let's start somewhere. Game directors and producers, like, like maybe there would be more questions of like, oh, who is this? Like, and
Yeah.
if we start there, then like it becomes less of an issue at the very least.
Or at least like find the ways to highlight the key people, because I mean I think the issue with like putting like the director on the box is that like he does have a team of people, but then like get like the lead of like lighting, or like the lead of world design, the lead of character design, put those names up there, like the people who have the most critical roles in the game, like find a way to honor those people. Because like the reason why people are so mean on the internet, and the reason why like gamers are so toxic, is because they don't see a face and they don't see a name. They just see a product and they crap on that product without knowing that they're also crapping on a person.
But once they get a face for that product, then if the product goes wrong, that's when they'll all attack that one person.
Yeah, and like they attack the Sean Murray, but the 14 other people that made that game, like no one even knows who they are. I don't know anyone else's name at Hello Games.
I guarantee you that if someone has a problem with Gears of War 4, they'll at Cliff Bleszinski, even though he
exactly.
He has nothing to do with it. Yeah, it's a problem. And like I feel like the Cliff Bleszinski thing is a thing that happens across other mediums, but like it doesn't excuse it. But it's like watching the documentary that Double Fine did for Broken Age is a very fascinating experience. I will say, I will recommend it just because you get a better sense for basically the timeline of game development, of like, this is the point in development where we start thinking about music. It's like, oh, okay, well, this is interesting. Like, and like, oh, here's the music producer, and like, okay, let's watch him work. This is what he's doing. He's watching the scenes of the game. He's thinking of like a theme for the game, or like maybe he thinks of the theme, and then the art designer takes that and is like, well, this gives me this idea, so that way we can be kind of consistent with one another. Like, the cool thing about that game, for example, it's a pretty small team. I think it's like 10 people at most. But the cool thing about that game is that there was one lead artist that basically every art asset in that game had to go through him. So you actually, when you look at the art in that game, it's all one person's vision to an extent. Other artists are helping him draw things, but it's all within that style. So like Broken Age has a very consistent art style, and it works really well for that game. So that's just like, it's not the best example because it's a very small indie studio, a small team within one of the bigger indie studios, but still it's a small team. So maybe you don't get like the full scale of it like a Crystal Dynamics or a Naughty Dog, but it gives you at least a better appreciation. It's, and that extends out just past like the Sean Murrays, but like the EA, like people shit all over EA, but there are thousands of people that work for EA. There are thousands of people that work for any given Assassin's Creed game, right? Like, there are people behind this, and they pour their heart and souls into this, literally.
I think you bring out like a good point of crap. What's the name of the studio that did Broken Age?
Double Fine.
Double Fine. Yeah, you bring up a good point with that, because I do think the PC and like the indie side of things, I think, are kind of different, except for No Man's Sky, Twitch. Like, people are just totally toxic
because like that hit a like a AAA level, I think.
Yeah, exactly. But like you made me think of Undertale, which was developed by one person, and I think most people who play Undertale probably know who Toby Fox is, because he essentially has that connection with that game. I think with the smaller games, you get less toxicity, because the people who are playing those games are people who probably search for those games.
They care.
People who play, they care. The people who play FIFA probably don't care to like tweet to EA and be like, hey, thanks for, or find like the people who worked on FIFA and be like, hey, great job. The people who play Undertale though, like I've tweeted at Toby, whatever his name is, Toby Fox.
Toby Fox.
And, yeah, I tweeted him because I made a whole mixtape, and this isn't a plug, I promise, but I made a whole mixtape dedicated to Undertale, like an instrumental hip hop thing. And I tweeted, I was like, hey, as my saying, this is me saying thank you for making this awesome game with an awesome soundtrack. I made this thing. Toby Fox here, check it out. He probably never checked it out, but it was my way of being like, yo, you did a great job. I've never done that for FIFA or for 2K. Those are games I played way more than I played Undertale. FIFA is like one of my favorite games, and I've never tweeted one person because I just see FIFA as this product made by this huge company,
by this machine,
EA,
essentially.
Yeah, by this machine essentially that was just churned out, which it probably was. I mean, not literally made by a machine, but it was probably churned out like it was being made by a machine. But there are like actual hearts and souls behind it. That's why watching when Assassin's Creed Syndicate, that's the latest one, right? Syndicate.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the one that came out last year in London and stuff. When that one came out, half a year before that one, the team behind it made a video. Whatever Ubisoft team made it, and they're like, hey, these are the things we're doing to make sure that this next Assassin's Creed is great. And that was really weird to watch because Assassin's Creed, when I think of Assassin's Creed, I just think of this yearly game that is made.
Made by thousands of people.
Yeah, I just think of this formulaic thing of like, oh yeah, the new Assassin's Creed that's probably being made and churned out by some kind of machine. But watching that team and watching like the artists show their process and watching the team be like, hey, these are the things that we're doing, and watching like faces, I was like, oh, that's really cool. There are people making this thing. And that's something we don't think about. And I think that's the reason why you get people tweeting like, hey, I hope your family dies, or hey, like, what's your address? I'm going to find it. I'm going to put it on the internet so people can send you hate mail or send you death threats and stuff like that. I think that's the reason why we get that. Also, there's really bad people in the world, which is another reason. But
yeah,
I think one of the reasons is because we don't see human beings. We just see that formula. We just see a machine.
One thing I really like about Bethesda's most recent E3 press conferences is they always end by saying like, and here's all of our teams saying thank you. And it's like a cut of like, oh, here are all the teams under the Bethesda publishing house. It's just like a shot of like, it's like 9 videos of just like the whole team of like, here's Bethesda Softworks, here's Tango Gameworks, here's whatever. And like, it's like all that whole team like clapping and saying hi and waving and whatever. And it's like, oh, that's nice. Like, yeah, there are people here. Like, look at this like group of like 400 people. It's like, oh, these are all the different studios and like they're all full of people, It's just I noticed that at the end of this past Bethesda E3 press conference, and I really enjoyed that. So, it's an important thing to talk about every now and again because, we forget, and just spreading the good word. We're trying to remind people. We have like a growing and great group of people that listen to this show and put the good word out. So
I got a question for you guys. What are you guys' opinions on release dates and their effect on this kind of situation of like fans being toxic and the development side, the environment of development being toxic? Because like it seems to me that release dates have a huge part in creating that kind of tension, and also we're seeing more releases being pushed into the spring, and we're seeing people being more experimental with when they release their game, whether it's purposeful or not. What's your guys' sort of take on that when it comes to this sort of situation?
Like,
hope it's an improvement. Then again, we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I hope the reason being, like, and we talked about this a lot, Blessing, you and I, like, delays aren't that big a deal. Like, I think, like, I agreed with, like, when we talked about it, I agree that there needs to be accountability. But, like, if you are angry at someone for holding something back because they want it to actually be good when you get it, like, you're angry for the wrong reasons. Like, the bottom line. Like, you're angry at nothing. You have no right to be angry. And it's also, like, you have no ownership over that thing. Like, it's not yours. It's like you get to buy it and pay the people that made it for making it for you, but it's not yours. Like, it's, I feel like that sounds weird to say, but it's like there is no ownership of the consumer for a game. Like, there is a consumption and there is enjoyment to be had, but just because you liked a game or you played a game doesn't give you uh, any kind of agency over it. It gives you the right to an opinion about it. I think absolutely a right to criticize, a right to like you gave the time to consume this and to play it and to dig at it and to think about it. So you absolutely have any right to talk about it. Personally, I don't like it when people act like they're an authority on something when they've never consumed it firsthand. That's why I always like say give the caveats of like, well, I haven't played this or whatever. I try and be transparent with that. But like because like just because something doesn't get to you when you want it to doesn't mean like it's the one that it's the end of the world or two that like you were owed anything. Like and I feel like there's this sense of like I deserve this at this time. Entitlement, you know? It's just like, and I, like, if you're complaining about a game delay, I just like, it's ridiculous to me. I don't get this thing when I want it because they wanted to make it better for me. It's like, I get so frustrated. And like, it could be a situation like Hennig is describing, like, hey, like we want to get this out on time and we don't want to kill our developers to do it. So we're going to take more time. Like we know we could hit it by this date, but everyone here would have to work 60 hours in order to do that. And we don't want to do that to them. So how about we take 2 extra months, everyone works a normal work week and we get it out then. No one has to die. You get a better game. The end. Like it's absurd to me. Anybody else have any want to chime in there?
I mean, there's only one qualm to have about video game release dates, and that is worry.
Yeah.
Like the Last Guardian type of worry that we had.
Yeah.
Of like I don't know if this game is gonna be good.
I don't like this game is out, and I don't know if it exists yet because of how long it's been delayed.
Yeah, well, it's not out yet.
Oh man, it'll be out hopefully someday.
Someday. I have Final Fantasy 15 in the same realm.
Man, I forgot that's not out yet.
Yeah, dog.
Oh man.
Remember when that Final Fantasy 15 was gonna be out by now?
Yeah. Yeah. My take is, and it still is, like I hope that the industry kind of transitions to a point where games are only being announced 6 months before the release, which is probably a dream. These are things that are being worked on for years, but like I feel like that would fix so many problems. One of like the stress on developers, like if you finish your game and then we're like, okay, the game is finished, we can release it. We can aim for some kind of 6-month release or know for sure when we're gonna hit it. I feel like that'll take off stress from both sides of like now we don't have to worry about crunching, and also like fans or people on the internet aren't gonna be in a rage. And you don't run into the No Man's Sky, or not No Man's Sky. You don't run into the Final Fantasy 15 or the Last Guardian situation, or any situation of games being delayed like crazy. Because I do agree, like games being delayed aren't a big deal. Like you're gonna get your game, and also it's just a game. Like it's just a game.
Yeah. Just like it's just a movie or it's just a TV show. It's like it's not the end of the world.
Exactly. But also, I mean, I've said this before, but like accountability, I think, is also big. But also, the games aren't really ours for us to be like. It needs to be out at a certain point. Like, let developers chill. Let people chill and make their work and make their art or whatever. I can kind of dip in the bud there, but like, yeah, that's really all I have to say on the situation. I have a dream, and that's essentially it. Martin Luther King.
There you go. Nobshin, did you have anything you want to say? It sounded like you might have.
No, I'm good.
Okay. It's an interesting topic of discussion. I'm glad that bringing up that article led to this kind of conversation. That's what I was hoping. Think about that. Just everyone listening, you like. I'm not telling anybody how to live their life or not to be upset if something they're looking forward to gets delayed. I'm just saying, like, think about it. Think about the people that are making that decision before you get angry or upset. That's all. We got time. People, I have a hard out this evening, but we're doing okay. We got some tweets. We're gonna transition.
You should probably say that I suggested that we probably get through the mail sack and then end the show.
Yeah, we'll be okay. We're gonna transition to the mail sack. We're done with news now. I think we discussed.
Goodbye,
enough.
news.
Sayonara news. Let's go right into the mail sack. Now, Silver PR said he sent me a voicemail, but I don't see it. So I just tweeted him asking if he sent it, but I didn't get it. So right now we don't have a Silver PR voicemail, which means we could get doubles next week, but we'll see.
Doubles?
Oh man, doubles.
Ooh, doubles for 300. You know what I'm saying?
Doubles.
Midnight Passions, dub edition. That's sick.
Yeah, dub editions. Also, Blessing, you got to send me that mixtape that you made. I want to hear it.
Oh yeah, I'll send you a link. It's not good.
That's fine. Undertale was our game of the year last year, so.
Oh, okay, awesome. Then I'll definitely send it to you.
Yeah.
You might enjoy it then.
Absolutely.
Undertale, as it turns out, pretty good game.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, man, real good. Silver PR said he's looking into it.
All right.
on the YouTube chat. So let's take a look at the tweets. Remember, you can always tweet your question at IrrationalPod. That's our show's Twitter with the hashtag IPQ, and we will read it on the show. First one comes in from our good friend Trevor Starkey, who deserves a big old shout out. Trevor is officially a news freelancer for IGN.com, which is awesome.
Hey.
His first news
Dude,
story.
that's cray.
Yeah, his first news story went up yesterday, I believe.
Like how
And-
Dumbledore can be the next Star Trek character or something.
Yeah, Dumbledore is the next Star Trek character. God, I hate you, Nelson. About Ewan McGregor's interest in possibly reprising the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi in future Star Wars stories. And he's at IGN 20 right now. And he said, "Hi from IGN 20. I love you. I miss you. We love you too, Trevor. We miss you too."
Hi, Trevor.
And his question, follow up to that, was, how bad are you going to crush Alex Van Aken in Extra Life? Hashtag Team Bless.
So bad, man. So I mentioned this in my diss video that's going to be releasing tomorrow on my Twitter, but I want to crush him so bad that his family disowns him, and I want to steal his girl by the end of it. Those are my goals.
You're going to be in his
those things, I'm
house,
good.
and his wife is going to cry in front of you.
That's the plan. Like I said, I mentioned in the video. I put in the video. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna steal your girl by the end of this by playing video games, which is a thing that's never been done before. But by the end of it, it'll happen. Oh man, I'm gonna crush it. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited because I've never ended a life before, but I get to. I've never done it before, but I get to for the first time. It's gonna be like the first episode of Dexter.
Oh man.
Laboratory?
Yeah, where it's,
Yeah.
I'm murdering a murderer, even though the only thing he's murdered are people's hope in humanity, and so like I get to murder him for doing that to the world. It's gonna be exciting. I'm really excited for it. Hashtag Team Bless.
Hashtag Team Bless. Heard that, Van Aken? Coming for you. He's
Oh,
literally
man,
coming
pray
for you.
Van Aken. Literally.
Christian Puente at Pixel Brave on Twitter. Oh, Trevor's at Snarky Starky BT Dubs.
Shout out to Christian, by the way. He gave us a good shout out on Colin Greg Live.
Oh shit! Big thank you to Christian for that. Was he there?
No, he did a tip in his head of Irrational Passions.
Aw, you are a lovely human, Christian.
What a guy.
What a guy. He said, "Tweet to the past needs to be an IP shirt." That's a reference back to our bonus content. I'll get to work on that design. And he said, "Trust me, I noticed."
You
Yeah.
can have Navi just be the Twitter symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't get sued at that at all.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at our fucking
Just put, like,
logo.
the
I haven't
Twitter
gotten
symbol
sued yet.
And put a symbol. put Zelda on there too.
When the Irrational Passions logo mysteriously loses all of like the button colors and the Xbox 360 or Xbox One and PS4 logos off of it, you'll know what happened. No context. We never.
I was just looking at that. I was like, man, that's some All
That's
right
a
then.
bullshit right there. That's just
These guys just don't care.
that just means we'll have gotten big enough for it to matter. That's all I'm saying.
This is literally like in your logo, just 2 other logos.
Yeah, man.
That is amazing.
Creative Commons, something. Christian says, it was a part of the charm. I was like, oh, look. I guess that's in a reply to a tweet. I don't know. Okay. Could be wrong, but I don't think anyone in the IPQ has PSVR yet. Haven't seen obligatory selfies. Any reason why? We talked about this a little bit last week. Super poor ends up. Nobshin doesn't care about VR.
No, but it'll be something I'll probably get eventually when
Yeah.
there's a better version.
Yep.
Yeah, I will get the shitty first version of PSVR, even though it's not shitty, but I will get it at some point. Like I said, probably January is what I'm looking at. But you know, it's more of like a budget thing. I didn't get an Xbox One immediately because I was poor. I got it a few months later, but yeah. For my birthday. It was a nice gift. Shout out to my parents. 21st birthday. What up, Xbox One? But regardless, yeah, it's more of like a budget thing. I think like Scott doesn't have a PlayStation 4, and Tony and I are poor, and Nobshin's holding out for the better version. Do you have a PSVR, Blessing?
No, I'm also poor. Also, I don't know if it's. I mean, I'm hyped for VR and stuff, but I don't think it's gonna be great for a while.
Yeah, we're
Like, I
probably
think
not
I
gonna
have to
like
give it a
hit
couple years.
some crazy shit until like I would say late 2017 at the earliest, like fall. Then maybe we'll see something cool.
Yeah, but I'm like waiting for like that 2025 VR, like in
That's
10
Sword Art
years.
Online shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, like when VR starts to get crazy, because like I think Colin Moriarty talks about this, but like VR in like the infant stage, I think I've heard it from other people too, of like VR is like putting out like its Pong, and it's not, it hasn't even put out its Super Mario Brothers yet. You know,
Yeah.
like when it's gonna get to the stage where it starts to do that kind of stuff, and I think it has to. If you still have doubts about VR, I think it has to hit that point because VR isn't going anywhere because we have VR capability in our pocket. Like my Samsung Galaxy S7, when it doesn't explode, it can do Samsung Gear VR. I can put in a headset and VR will work on it. And so like we have that capability in our pockets, and people have that capability to experiment with it. And as long as we have that capability, people will continue to experiment with it and do different things with it until like something just clicks and something happens to where now everybody has to get VR for this one thing.
Shit writes itself.
And I'm
man.
excited for that, for whatever that one thing is. Yeah, exactly. Like history repeats, and it happened with console gaming. It happened with, I can't even think of the things that happened with, because I'm really hungry right now because this is a long podcast. But this happened, and it'll happen with VR.
I told you, Strav.
I realize I am starving. Man, yeah.
We're killing you slowly.
I ate right before the podcast.
We got some good. Well, you know, when it takes 6 years to get through it, we got some good questions. I do want to get through all of them. Zyger at Zyger1337 on Twitter, our good friends, says hashtag fuck Zyger. Says
No,
yo,
it's like Zyger. I would never say fuck Zyger.
hashtag fuck Zyger. No, Zyger says yo, Blessing. Can I kick your butt at Soul Calibur 2 HD? Also, how is the
man,
Seattle
you don't
meetup?
want Oh man, how's the Seattle meetup was dope. So I did a meetup in Seattle, of course, like a kind of funny fan meetup, and there are about 8 of us, and we just chilled at Buffalo Wild Wings
Nice.
and ate some wings. It was fun. Yeah, some cool people. James Fitzpatrick. I don't know if that's not his last name. That's definitely not his last name. James, Frankie, some other cats. Yeah, we chilled, and that was pretty good.
I gotta ask Ali how the
New York one?
New York one went. Niagara Falls one.
Or the Niagara Falls one, yeah. What was the other thing you asked? Soul Calibur 2 HD? Yeah, I'm down anytime. My kill look will destroy whoever you choose.
He said,
For my Cervantes.
when can I kick your butt at Soul Calibur 2 HD specifically?
Oh, well, in that case, never, because you'll never kick my butt.
Zyger also asked, he had 3 questions in here like a greedy motherfucker. Um, he says, "Is it true that you are indeed an infant as depicted in your profile picture?"
Yes, I am indeed 1.5 years old, and I wear those sunglasses and that hat all the time. And so you can find me on the street chilling,
Yeah, that
selling
profile
illegal
picture is
substances.
fucking awesome, by the way.
Dude, that's why I haven't changed it. I haven't changed it because people now recognize me by that profile picture. And so like I'm just stuck with it forever, even though I've been wanting to change it. But at the same time, it's become sort of like of this is my almost like my personal kind of logo, kind of like
It's your
branding.
brand, man.
It's like yeah, my brand. I'm a baby. I'm a talking baby.
How was getting again, Zyger? How was getting the chance to meet Barbara Dunkelman at PAX West during the Funhouse team meet and greet?
So that's an hilarious story. During PAX West, there was a Funhouse meet and greet, and I do not know anything about Funhouse or like Achievement Hunter, or I don't know much about Rooster Teeth in general. The only thing I know is Kind of Funny. I mean, and other stuff, but within the Rooster Teeth realm, Kind of Funny. And so I went to the Funhouse meet and greet just to kind of hang out with people. Zyger was there, a couple other people were there, and the Funhouse people, of course, were there. And so I got a picture with a lady that kind of I thought looked like Barbara Dunkelman. And so I was like, oh hey guys, I'll get a picture with Barbara Dunkelman. And I took a picture with her and I tweeted, hey, I just got a picture with at Barbara Dunkelman. And Barbara Dunkelman responded and was like, this is a joke, right? It turned out that person I got a picture with was Elise from Funhouse. And so
I remember seeing this
that was
exchange. Fun. Yeah. And I was thinking,
but
like, that's not Barbara.
Yeah. And then like they started they started like their own like Twitter inside joke about it of like there'll be a picture or Elise would tweet a picture of herself and then one of the dudes from Rooster would be like, oh hey, it looks like Barbara's having fun and all that stuff. And so which was hilarious to me.
That's awesome. That is really funny actually. We've got a couple of questions in regards to this. Frank Bizzani at Irrelevant Jokes says, did Blessing ever get dicks? Gonna need some context on that one.
So Dick's is a popular burger joint in Seattle, apparently. And I was hanging out with quite a few Kind of Funny fans at PAX. And I kept trying to make plans to go get Dick's so we can, have some burgers. And yeah, it just never panned out because I couldn't get anybody to go get Dick's with me. And so no, I still haven't had it. Been waiting for the homie Frankie, who also responded to Frank.
Yep.
Like, which is a weird thing. I hung out with both of them at PAX, and it was really confusing. But yeah, been trying to get Dick's, but no, I still haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know one way to solve that. Call one Frey and the other Kiki.
Yeah.
Just give you a plane ticket to Seattle and we can solve this right here. What up?
Hashtag bless up. This is a good one for the whole cast, as opposed to the very blessing-centric tweet section we've got here, which I really like. Pixel Brave, at Pixel Brave, Christian Puente. Once more, if Overwatch did console-exclusive characters like Soul Calibur 2, what characters from what games would you want?
Oh man,
that's a really good question, man. The Nintendo one I could see being Samus. I feel like she lends herself to a first-person shooter the best. Obviously.
What about Star Fox?
Star Fox would be good too. Imagine Fox just running around fucking shit up.
His ultimate, he just gets in a ship, starts flying around.
I would love to see Nathan Drake drawn in the Overwatch art style, but I don't see him being like a great Overwatch character. Is a problem.
Yeah, he'd be boring.
Right.
Yeah.
However, you could pretty easily put the Felix in there.
The Felix?
Felix from Gears of War.
Marcus Phoenix?
That's what his name was. This is how you know I don't play Gears of War.
Yeah.
I was like, what game has a dude named Felix?
It's got to be Master Chief, though. Like, you can't do Overwatch console-exclusive character without Master Chief. Or Arbiter. Fuck, man. Arbiter would actually be really good. I know they did that in Killer Instinct already, but fuck, man.
Dude, imagine running around Overwatch as Pikachu. Wouldn't that be, like, amazing?
Do you put Pokemon Trainer in fucking Overwatch?
Oh, that'd be so sick. That'd be really difficult to pull off, but that'd be so
You'd
sick.
you'd put Blastoise in.
Fuck yeah, you did. It's just Blastoise. Of all the Pokemon, it's just Blastoise. He's got like that push. You can shoot Hydro Pump to push people into the hole in fucking Ilios. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that'd be so frustrating. I think Link would be a good Genji clone.
Yeah, but he would just be a Genji clone. Maybe
Yeah, that's
like
true.
if you did Overwatch exclusive skins, like per console, there would be like a Genji skin that looks like Link.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick as fuck.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Tony, give me one. Come on, give me something here. Feed me.
I did. I gave you Star Fox.
Feed me, Bossman.
True. Feed me, Bossman.
The chick for
what
Horizon
about-
Zero Dawn.
Saladin.
Lord Salad Bar. I feel like he doesn't qualify as.
So maybe Shaxx would be better because Shaxx is the one who freaks the fuck out when you play Crucible. And you're
Dude,
doing well.
Shaxx gets so hype. If we want to talk about hype, Shaxx is hype as fuck.
Sorry, are you talking about Shaq from Shaq Fu?
No, Shaxx.
No, Shaxx is the Crucible handler in Destiny.
Yeah, dude, he's the commentator.
Oh.
He tells you to get your shit together, man.
I don't know if they're talking about Shaq from NBA 2K or Shaq from Shaq Fu, even though they're the same Shaq.
Nah,
So I got kind of confused there.
nah, it's okay. Nobishin, feed me.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage from TV. Luke Cage would be
The
great.
TV exclusive.
Yeah, he would be great in Overwatch. Like, unquestionably. I don't know what console he would come from. Probably Xbox. He seems like an Xbox kind of guy, but...
That's racist.
Somebody who's just simply invulnerable, yeah, pretty strong.
How is... Can't win this
He
fight.
does seem like an Xbox guy, though.
He does, right? I don't know what it is. It's just...
It might be a race thing, though. Like, I think black people like Xboxes. Except for
No,
me.
there's a
I was
PS4
going
in that
the-
show.
I was going the Xbox sells TV a lot better than the PS4 does, but
There
okay.
you go. That's the whole TV route. There you go. That's something. That Scott's defending
Oh, well, I'm the racist, I guess.
me. Yeah. The mirror turned around. And you're like, it was me the whole time. Any other ones? Any other good callouts? I'm trying to think of like a good Sony one because I feel like we haven't gotten.
Yeah.
It's Parappa the Rapper just fucking riding around on a skateboard.
Shit.
8 characters from Until Dawn.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're one character. When you die, you respawn as a random different one.
That would be awesome.
And like all they do is actually
Butterfly
just boom butterfly effect. Oh my god, Navashin. Best use of boom butterfly effect in the past year. George Cruz, I just want to put this because he tweeted this. Checks in on IrrationalPod, sees Alex Enniel mentions Sword Art Online, logs off. Fuck you, George. And last one from @punkfan97 Ivan Lekovich. He says thoughts on emulators. I've been playing the Dolphin emulator specifically for Luigi's Mansion. I used to be way into emulators.
Emulators are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emulators, that's how I played Ocarina of Time for the first time a few years ago.
That's surprising. I guess you don't have a Wii U. That's probably a dumb question.
Oh, yeah, I don't. I don't have a 3DS either.
Ooh.
Harsh. Yeah, emulators are cool. I am definitely anti-pirating video games, but emulators serve another purpose of kind of like preserving video games in a...
It is preserving and recovering games that would otherwise be lost.
Yeah, there are some games that like never came out or just don't exist in a physical form that can be played anymore, or digital form for that matter.
There's IPs that are tied to companies that don't exist anymore that never got bought up but are still somehow still tied.
Yeah, like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, you can no longer buy in any digital form. Like you can only play the Mike Tyson version of Punch Out via an emulator or with the actual cartridge. So, for example. But yeah, it's a good call out, Scott. Yeah, the emulators are cool. I don't really use them. The last time I used an emulator was to play the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, there's also the breaking the localization barriers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
Well,
some games can't be played on some consoles, so it's a better option than buying a Japanese PS2 and playing like Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on that, for example. Although there are ways around that on a hardware level, but
Yeah. I don't know who's missing out if you emulate like NES games and stuff. Like, because they're hard to get. I mean, well, unless they're attainable, and so Nintendo's missing out if they're on the virtual console and you go emulate them. In that example, but I feel like there's some things you can emulate that feel like you'd be all right. I mean, technically, I think all emulation is illegal, right?
It
The
depends.
ROMs are illegal. The
ROMs
emulators are illegal, though.
Yeah, but BIOS are illegal because that's copyrighted code. And BIOS is essentially like the boot sequence and operating system of like, so like a PS1 BIOS is not legal because that's Sony's copyrighted code. But like the emulator, which is just basically software imitating PlayStation hardware, is legal to an extent.
What up, Bleem?
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah, I think there's a gray area there.
Yeah.
And I think the gray area is essentially like if you can buy it, then don't. But if you have no way of playing it, then like, yeah. I mean, I think you can do what you got to do.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
You know, I couldn't
Voicemail.
bottle Ocarina of Time, but I'm a bad person, so.
Yeah, I mean, well, no one was questioning.
Bring us Mother 3.
Yeah. Give us Mother 3. Then we'll play. Then I'll buy it. All right. Let's do it. Voicemail, Silver PR. We got it. Don't worry.
What up, guys? So we are here. I hope everybody's doing all good and well. I had to make a confession.
Here we go.
I had a nice payday, and all of a sudden I went like, "Yeah, I'm going nuts. I'm gonna, spend some money on video games or in digital content and whatnot." And lo and behold, the Halloween season for Overwatch came in, and
no.
I spent $20.
$20?
Don't scold me.
That's not
please.
bad.
Okay. So
Part of
$20.
people will go in far over $20.
Far deeper. I'm gonna go in at least 65 in order to get that Mercy skin. You know that's right.
See, like, when you hit $20, it is bad, but it's not. That's essentially, hey, if fucking Batman Arkham whatever's expansion came out and I want it.
I like this game a whole lot, and I want to give a little back.
That's $20.
Yeah.
Don't do that 5 times.
Let me spend $45 in PewDiePie's Tuber Simulator real quick.
problem. The items in this season, it's way better, and way better than the summer event or whatnot. So I kind of eager. So I got a nice loot out of it, and I would not spend no more, not for this season at least. And what I decided to do is I'm like right now like level 71, and I'm just gonna try to get as many loot boxes as possible, leveling up. And once the event ends, I'm just gonna hoard out all the loot boxes that I can, because I bet my ass that they're gonna make a Christmas event.
Oh, you
So
can't convert loot boxes, though.
I'm gonna use all those loot boxes that I accumulated from here to December with that event,
Yeah.
or the next event.
Let's just go ahead and quick explain how those loot
Just
boxes
open 'em.
work. It's what you get out of those loot boxes is randomized based off of a preset list.
Yeah,
So the
and-
loot boxes that you have right now will always have the same chances for the same set of items, no matter when you open
Yeah,
them.
and like a Halloween loot box is always a Halloween loot box, right? Just like the Summer Games loot boxes were separate from the regular loot boxes. So like if you bought Halloween loot boxes, they will forever be Halloween loot boxes, and you can only get the Halloween stuff out of them. You can hold on to them, but I'm sorry, Silver.
But,
He just
each-
posted
each-
in the chat, can't convert. Damn.
Yeah, it's like even if you hold on to those boxes, even if new stuff, if you hold on to this year's Halloween loot boxes, if Halloween comes around next year and there's new stuff in those boxes, you have 0 chance of getting that.
Yeah,
stuff.
you're just gonna get the year 1 Halloween stuff. So
in spring
It's
or
okay.
whatnot. So
We still love you.
yeah, but sorry guys, I'm part of the problem. I also did buy the DLC for Ryu, the Halloween costume. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Fucking
disgusting.
$4 in that.
Street Fighter 5.
Oh, I'm the worst.
Ugh.
But I
Don't give
digress.
more money to those
That's pretty
guys.
much about that. Like I said, I played some more Watch. The Halloween event is kind of nice. You know, it's kind of a horror-y mode and whatnot. It's something different than the summer games, so it's welcome.
It's better than
fresh.
Lucio Ball. I haven't even played it, I know that.
I play a lot of Street Fighter
Yeah.
5.
shut your
I have it streamed
Yeah.
on twitch.tv/PSN PR.
PSN
Oh, wait,
PR?
Silver PSN PR. Oh,
PSN
shit, I
PR.
botched it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, twitch.com/Silver PSN PR.
Twitch.tv.
Just in case you want to see it. And yeah, that's pretty much about that. Tangents? What tangents are we going to talk? Can we talk how fucking shitty Power Rangers trailer was? Oh my god,
Wait.
it was the worst.
The movie trailer.
I know. They're trying to
Look
do it for a
awesome.
new audience. It's not the 90s and what not, but
I have no affiliation
Jesus
with Power
Christ, get a
Rangers.
little bit of respect to the property. God's sake.
I have an
Oh,
affiliation for bootleg
Oh.
Power Rangers.
Yo, we about to
Anyway.
fight.
That's pretty much about me. Question. Yeah, there's a West question in the voicemail this week.
Nice.
You know, with all the game of the year discussions, you guys are gonna have your own battles and whatnot. I'm kind of curious. What do you think GiantBomb.com will consider them their number one choice for game of the year?
Final Fantasy 15.
My bet is that it's
Oh,
gonna be
no.
Doom, but that is just me because
Doom?
the way they had praised
was a good
Doom
call out.
throughout the year, I think Doom's pretty much going to be there. If not, it's going to be a lock or it's going to be so close, first or second. Because I
think it's
Doom's
second.
gonna be
I don't know what's first,
game
but I feel like
Giant
it's
Bomb Game
second.
of the year.
Probably Super Mario
So
Maker
yeah,
again.
that's pretty much about me, guys. So have a fun one. Have a happy Saturday. So we are signing out.
Dude, I didn't know voicemails could be that long. I like
3
take
minutes. I mean-
voicemails for my job every day,
He
and I never heard a
he
voicemail that long.
typically goes like 5 to 6 minutes. He's got like Silverbeard's got his like own segment on our podcast.
It's
Right.
true.
Oh, really?
He was
Yeah,
Danny
he-
Wars before Danny Wars was on our show.
Exactly. And we love him.
Oh man, I need to listen more.
Listen. Do yourself a favor. If the silver PR section is what you on for, skip the rest of the show.
Yeah. The rest of it's garbage. I mean, you've been here. You fell asleep at
Yeah.
one point. It's good.
Dude, I totally fell asleep. Anytime I hear the words Destiny, I immediately fall asleep.
Destiny's so good, man. We should play Blessing.
It's okay.
I played the demo one time. It was like, nope.
It's very different now.
He's real
Probably
good.
is.
It's a much deeper rabbit hole now.
The only game in that vein that I'll play is GTA Online because that's the greatest game ever created.
You probably wouldn't like what I think about GTA.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, Doom's a good call out. I don't know. I feel like
I think Dota 2 is a good call out.
God, that actually made it on their list one year. So
I think
did.
it'll be on one guy's first list another year. This year.
At least one of them is gonna have Overwatch. I think.
yeah, Overwatch is actually a good call out. I don't think it's gonna make the.
Overwatch is gonna be like near the bottom.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the list.
It'll be
for sure.
on the it better be on the top 10, or else I'm gonna tweet somebody's address.
I don't know
Like, hey,
Giant Bomb, so I'm just gonna throw out a Stardew Valley here.
It
But
might.
hey,
Stardew
Dan
Valley's a
Maker-
good contender, actually. Dan
Oh,
loves
that's yeah.
Stardew Valley.
That'll be Dan's number one probably. I bet.
Yeah, probably actually. Doom's good. Yeah, I just feel like all of them played Doom and liked it to some degree, to varying degrees. Like, I don't think anyone liked it as much as Brad or Jeff. Anyone
Oh,
else did.
sorry. I just remembered The
who?
Witness will probably be number one. I think.
Witness is actually a really good
'Cause-
one.
It's gonna be.
Yeah, The Witness is amazing, and I think they all loved it when that came out. And Inside also.
I have a feeling it won't be Doom. I don't know.
Side bet.
Are we doing? Is this? We're gonna side bet.
I think Alex is a little out of time for side bet.
We
fine.
we'll move. We'll think we can revisit the side bet. We have time to make it. So, all right. I was just like, I want to bet. So, remember, you can always be a part of the show in a variety of ways. You can email us, mailsack wow, I almost said at Verizon.net. That's how much of a day I've been having. Mailsack at IrrationalPassions.com. Voicemail us, 404-590-1337. It's like Zyger, because it is, you know?
Thank you.
Standard long distance fees do apply. Or you can tweet us your questions at IrrationalPod with the hashtag IPQ. Make sure you use the hashtag because it makes it way easier for me to find. You can follow each of us on Twitter. I'm at AlFighter27, which spells just like it sounds. Scott is at WUTTEHCHUZ. What to Chuz. Nabishin is at NABESHIN 186. That's Nabishin 186. And Tony, you're at Tony Horvath, all one word. Blessing, you are at Blessing Jr., all one word as well.
Yep.
Should be easy.
JR.
JR. True. Do not spell out junior.
Not junior spelled out, but junior short.
Doctorate, but like spelled DR. Follow the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Some other stuff, rate and review us on iTunes. Check out the VG Evo Podcast Network, an amazing podcast there, which we are a part of. Malicious Pod X, the Bro C, Monthly Passions Podcast. I'm going to just slip the Bro C in there. Super stealth-like. Twitch.tv/IrrationalPassions and YouTube.com/IrrationalPassions. Alex Talks is up. If you haven't seen it, it's good, I think. You know, it's just my opinion. Tell your friends. Word of mouth's the best way to spread the love. Blessing one more time for folks who stuck through to the end. Where can people find more of you on the internet?
If you want to find out more about what I do, you can visit okbeast.com and you can check out OKBeast on YouTube.
Yeah. OKBeast is a great show. It's a good podcast, good website. I've been on it, and I think Blessing's a cool guy. Also, you were on Monthly Passions Podcast for this week, just to reiterate that, or for this month, I should say. So go check that out. And for everything Irrational Passions and links to Blessing's site and all that good stuff, IrrationalPassions.com. Let's do it. Closing out with bets. This week's bet. So the standing right now. No, I'll do the standing at the end. Standing right now, we'll get to. This week's bet. Doing
The bet.
bets. Get ready. Everyone listening, get in your mindset. We're doing bets. Scott and Alex versus Tony and Nabishin. This week's bet. Eagle Flight.
Yeah.
Comes out for next week for Oculus Rift. On the website, opencritic.com. And the first review in the category between 74 and 75 average. Upon opening and reading that review, how many times will any version of the word fly be used? Any version of the word fly. So this is how we're going to do it, Blessing. We're all going to type it into the chat. I'm going to count down. We're all going to send the chat together. So that way no one like steals from someone else's bet or anything like that. It's an honor system, okay? We're gonna try and do this right. So everybody got your bets typed in. I'm gonna read it one more time for the listeners at home.
Type in the bet.
Type in your bets. Eagle
That is
Flight.
typed.
God damn it, Scott. Eagle Flight comes out next week on Oculus Rift on opencritic.com on the first review between 74 and 70. Upon opening that review, how many times will any version of the word fly be used? That means fly, flying, flew, any version of the word fly be used. All right, 3, 2, 1, send it. Okay. Cool. My bet, 18 times. Tony bet 3 times. Low bet. Scott bet 8 times. Nabishin, I love it. Nabishin, 45 times.
45.
I fucking love it. And Blessing bet 14 times. Now, the losing team currently in our standing will get Blessing's bet, basically. Yes. And we will find out if we're where we're at. So last week's bet, going through this pretty quickly because I am on a bit of a time crunch. Last week's bet, how many retweets will the most recent individual tweet from @DragonQuest have? Obviously, in celebration of Dragon Quest Builders. I have a feeling this is going to be way lower than any of us thought. I bet 97, Tony bet 18, Scott bet 425. And Nabishin bet 17. Obviously, Tony wasn't here last time, but his bet was 18.
Yeah. Alex is now fully aware of how much thought I put into these bets.
Yeah. The actual number, Dragon Quest Builders on October 14th tweeted, #DQ Builders is out now. Go forth, legendary builders, with the down arrow emoji. Is retweeted 29 times, which makes Tony the closest.
Hey.
Also, Tony added up found the average number of retweet for the most
I took
tweets.
the last 5 tweets that they put out, and I averaged the retweets, and that was my bet.
Yeah, he scienced the shit out of his bet, as opposed to the bullshit pseudoscience. I guess it worked for him. So that brings the standing of Team BBC to 3 points.
Why is this Team BBC?
The Big Black
Dude,
Coalition.
That's amazing.
I'm pretty
guys.
sure it was the conglomerate.
No.
I don't remember. It goes back and forth.
The C will change every show.
Oh yes,
We're not
it
going to
will.
remember what it is.
And the standing is tight. Team Flawt, which is now Scott and I's official team name, by the way. Which is also apparently a tense of flight of fly. Team Flawt is we have 3 points. It's neck and neck, so that means we're gonna have to flip a coin to see what team Blessing is on.
Or you could just let him decide.
No. He could be biased to one of you guys. I don't
So
know.
who
definitely
cares?
biased.
Yeah, I wonder which
One of you guys did not choose Team Bless, so you should have.
we will flip a coin. Scott, heads or tails?
Doing tails.
Okay. Let's do it. Flipping tails. Ooh, Blessing's on the winning team this week. Tell you what.
Technically, neither of
100%
us
sure
are
you just
winning
made
right
that
now.
up.
I can take a
It
picture of
was
my
the coin.
fucking screen. No, you Google search flip a coin and it flips a coin.
Oh, sick.
I'm writing flaught in parentheses.
Man, technology. 2016 is crazy.
It's really cool, right?
You know what's weird? If you Google search for like crazy hentai, you'll get it.
Jesus Christ.
Weird how shit works.
All right. So Blessing's on Team Flawed with his bet of 14. Whew. All right. That's it. That's the show. That was a good show. We're coming in hot at the end here. Blessing, I'm gonna let you know. Don't stop recording until I say you can stop recording now. Okay?
Gotcha.
That time that I just said it doesn't count.
Guys, I kind of want to play Dragon Quest Builders.
Me too, dude. All right. Anyway, let's end the show. Thank you, everyone who is watching live, and thank you everyone who listened. I love all of you so much. Thank you to Danny Wiesner for our opening music of the 2-player co-op and our closing music of The World Is Saved. I fucked it up 2 weeks in a row now. Thank you, Tony, Scott, and Nabashin for joining me as always. I love you guys. Winky face.
Fuck off.
And thank you, Blessing, so much for joining us. This has been a ton of fun. I hope you had a good time.
Dude, thank you so much for having me. It's been fun. I've never sat down and talked to a computer for 4 hours straight.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't need to use the bathroom. I'm not starving. I'm not extremely tired. I'm not sore from moving yesterday. You know, everything's amazing right now.
Yeah, dog. I have been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games, stay irrational. We will talk to you all next week.
titles.
So titles. I got titles.
So, Blessing,
we got
if you go to the bottom of the Google Doc, you can see all the titles that Nabashin wrote throughout the show.
Hashtag Team Blessed. Pepper spray tastes like fire.
My favorite is
Hashtag
definitely
pray
one of
for
those
Van
good
Aken.
black people.
Oh, save it. We gotta go through them first.
You're a tuber. One of those good black people.
Oh,
Tweet to the past. B, not Scott Blessing. I'm not sure what to do about the poop. Oh, banana. I got a date with a girl named Destiny. Wasted on Destiny.com. Maybe if we were friends, you would know that. Flying, flaught. Dumbledore is the next Star Trek character. I have VR in my pocket when it doesn't explode. Marcus Felix. Boom. Butterfly effect. Wii U? That's a dumb question. What up, Wii U? And crazy hentai.
Dude, it's gotta be hashtag Team Blessed. Like, I cannot see it being any other.
I mean, at the same time, you don't have a Wii U. That's a dumb question. It's pretty good. Like,
It's pretty good. Also, fly, flying, flaunt.
nah, dude,
Man.
Marcus Felix over that one.
What do you like, Blessing?
Once again, I like one of those good black people. That's strong for me. Also, Team Bless, but that's because of marketing reasons.
It's true. Nabishin?
We could pair those two titles together.
Yeah, one of those good black people. Hashtag Team Blessed. Let's do a full.
Oh, you're pretty good. Man, these are all good names. Good job.
I like the Wii U one. Honestly.
Tony?
I got a date with a girl named Destiny.
Oh, that one's good too. Fuck. These are all really good.
So we are tied for. Actually, if everybody's sticking to one and we're not doing doubles, the Wii U one wins.
It's true.
That's a good one.
I'm okay with the Wii U one. The Wii U one's good.
Let's put hashtag Team Bless after that.
Yeah, we'll just put a hashtag Team Blessed after it. We gotta get your brand going.
Dude, I'm totally down for that. The SEO.
All right, Blessing, I'm going to write a phrase in the Google Doc that I want you to say. I'm going to write it down just so that way you can just read from it.
All right,
And if
so
any of us
Alex,
say it, the demons will get us.
I think we should tag team this title.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna ask the question. I'm gonna come up with a rebuttal.
Okay. Are you going to say that's a dumb question?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the Plus can go after that.
Yeah, then Blessing, you just say hashtag Team Blessed. You'll get it. It'll make sense. And you see this part that you can read, right? Makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm going to cut this and put it at the beginning. If you're listening to the audio version of the show, you know what's up. Whenever
Tell me when to go.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Sweet. You're listening to Rational Passions Podcast, episode 299.
You don't have a Wii U?
That's a dumb question.
Hashtag Team Bless.
Hashtag bless up. Woo! All right, you can stop recording now. That's it. That's the
Sweet.
show. I just wanted to say bless up at the end. Video viewers, hey, thanks. Thanks for watching. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
Yo,